for the horticulture startups. And we have Dr. Saravanan Raj from Manage, the director from Manage, who will be speaking on promoting horticulture startups, opportunities for from Manage for agri startup ecosystem. And we have also Mr. Chandrakumar, who will be speaking on Karnataka government support for horti startups. So on behalf of ICAR-IIHR, I welcome each of these eminent speakers in today's webinar. Actually, this program is actually being organized under the guidance of our director, Dr. B.N.S. Murthy sir. So he is right now actually logged in with another program which is being organized from ICR, and they actually being guided by DG. So he will be joining us shortly. On behalf of our director, Madam Dr. Devi Sharma is with us, who will be giving our introductory remarks for starting of this particular program. So I request Madam Dr. Devi Sharma to kindly give the introductory remarks for starting of this webinar program. Madam, please.
Good morning, everyone. Good to see you. Such a good number of people who have joined for this webinar. I'll be speaking, as Dr. Manjunath mentioned, I'll be speaking on behalf of our director, Dr. B.N.S. Murthy, who is right now engaged in another very important meeting. So as we all know, India is the second largest startup ecosystem in the world, with yearly growth rate of about 10 to 12%. There are about 20,000 startups in India, out of which about 4,750 are technology-based startups. With the thirst on this sector, the thirst on promotion of startups by the present government, this sector is gaining a lot of momentum presently. Horticultural technologies in general and our institute, that is ICAR-IIHR products in particular, have become very popular with their vast potential among many entrepreneurs. And in this direction, today's webinar on this startup ecosystem is a very apt one. This is a very apt one, and it's also a very important one. I'm given to understand that today's webinar is being attended by many students, aspiring entrepreneurs, staff of academic institutions, and few farmer friends. I'm happy that all the relevant institutions involved in the development of entrepreneurship, that is Agri-Innovate, led by Sudha Mysore, our colleague, ex-colleague, and Manage, KEPAC, MSME, in addition to ICAR-IIHR, of course, have been brought on a single platform so as to create awareness about the schemes and thirst for facilitating the developments in this direction. The topics have been selected keeping in view the requirements of a startup entrepreneur. And I'm sure the impact of this webinar will go a long way in shaping up the future of budding entrepreneurs in this sector. We wish them all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam, for your very apt remarks at the introductory point. And on behalf of all of you, I'll thank Madam Dr. Devi Sharma for this valuable introductory remarks. So now we'll actually start the individual lectures. I request Dr. Sudha Mysore, the CEO of the Agri-Innovate from our ICR at the national level, to kindly share our valuable experiences both at ICAR-IIHR as well as at the national level. I'm sure our valuable experiences will go a long way in shaping the budding entrepreneurs in the future of their careers. Madam, we welcome you. It's over to you, madam, please.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Devi, and good morning, Manjunath, and all the other colleagues from IIHR. It's so wonderful to join this particular seminar. I am so happy that this webinar is being organized by the Business Incubation Facility at IIHR. I always feel that I am always connected with IIHR, and I continue to be so, although I am right now in Delhi. It's a good topic, and I will share my screen, and let's see how it goes along. Please tell me if you are able to see the screen properly.
Yeah, yeah. The screen is shared, madam. Kindly go
Yeah.
to the PowerPoint
Yeah.
mode.
So all the distinguished participants, good morning once again. And I thought I'll just give a few glimpses of how startups in agriculture, horticulture sector, how they can take advantage of the kind of support that technology, commercialization, and incubation, which is under National Agriculture Research and Education System, that is under ICAR. So I represent Agri Innovate, as has been indicated. Agri Innovate is a kind of a company owned by Department of Agriculture Research and Education. It is a one-stop shop for all agricultural technologies and a lot of incubation and other support. Now, if you look at agri startups, anyone who just Googles, you will find that the huge number of things throw up. So one thing we have to understand is that startup or startup ecosystem seems to be the booming word. If you look at between 2019 and 20, almost the funding that has been raised by various startups has increased, doubled. That's what the various reports from FICCI and others are indicating. Now, if you see the kind of startups you have, I just thought I'll just briefly tell about some of the top ones which are appearing. Ninja Craft is another one, which is one of the best startups we've been hearing. It is based from Bangalore, and which started as B2C, but it became a B2B, business to business agri startup, and which looks at primarily looking at supply chain problems with farmers and retailers. Now we have Waycool. I think Waycool is one of the best startups. It's what has been said that it helps again in supply chain management and farming inputs to farmers. Then you have another one, AgroStar, which is again online marketing and provides tips to the farmers how to real-time advise and how to manage their business. So each one of them have raised a lot of funding support, and that's what seems to be the order of the day. Now, there are others as well. You come across DeHeart, which is again a startup which offers agricultural services, access to inputs and fertilizers, affordable prices. All these look at how the farmers can take benefit out of various agricultural operations that they are doing. There is another one, Stellapps, which is again digitizing and optimizing procurement and cold chain management. This is what they are looking at. And you have Cropin. Cropin is again a startup which is SaaS-based solutions and helps to improve the input use efficiency and productivity sustainability. These are the various platforms which figure in as the top 10 or top 15 agri startups which are doing extremely well. But what was very interesting is that FICCI, if you see, FICCI's come up with the agenda for the 5-point agenda, which was very interesting. I found it very interesting because it says that the ecosystem level support will only increase, only help if you have a proper incubation facility and you have a right mentorship and a mix of technology and managerial assistance to startups. Then that's what is going to lead them forward in the business. So all these words I want you to remember: incubation, mentorship, technology, managerial assistance. I think that's where you are. And if you are in IIHR or if you are listening to this webinar, I think you are in the right place, because this is what these systems, incubation and systems provide. And this is what the ecosystem support that we are talking about. So I thought I must tell you, how do you start a startup? So it's very simple. Nowadays, it's really simplified. One of the things that you need to do is you have to incorporate your business. And first of all, start a business. It's as a private company or a partnership firm or a limited liability firm. You have to register yourself as a business. Then you have to register with Startup India. All you need to do is just get onto their website and fill your details, and you get an OTP, and then you've started, then you have actually registered with Startup India. Then best thing is DPIIT recognition is the most important thing. Then this also, all you need to do is You just go to the DPIIT website, get recognized button, and then you get the dashboard and you start your registration. You need some documents for registration, which are like important registration certificate of startup, details of the directors, proof of concept, and patent, trademark if you have any, PAN number. These things are there. Once you get a recognition certificate, you're almost ready. And if you want more details, it's a huge thing is available. Complete guide is available online as well. Now, the things that you need to remember is if you are a startup, you should not be more than 10-year-old incorporated. If you are up to 10 years, you are still considered as a startup. And another thing is either you can be a private company, a registered company, and your annual turnover should not be more than 100 crores. And it should be an original entity. It's not, you can't split up with somebody and say that you're starting. That's another thing you have to take into account. And what is most important is you need to have some kind of an idea or innovative step which will help you scale up. These are some of the things that you need to remember. Now, they've come up with so many things for Startup India Action Plan. So there are, once you register yourself as a startup, you get similar tax exemption for about 3 years. Then you get legal support and patent filing. These are, and then the compliances have been made very easy. Now the thing is self-certification compliance, as you don't have to run around, you don't have to submit a lot of documents. You simply can certify yourself and follow the Startup India website. You are already there. And they have also relaxed a lot of norms and they made it very easy to obtain applications of startups. And the exit plan also they have thought of, and within 90 days you can wind up and come out also. This has helped almost, as you can see, more than 4,100 startups have benefited, and huge grants are also flowing in this direction. And besides this, they have providing almost 1,000 crores per year as funding support is available, and various SIDBI, various organizations are also providing a lot of funding for the startups. Then they also have credit guarantee scheme, and a corpus of 2,000 crores is also set aside. And you get a lot of stores, subsidies and loans for the startups. The other thing is that you can always link up with the industry. Industry can always link up with academia. And for this, there are several programs are there, innovation centers, startup centers, technology incubators. And I'm glad, as Manjunath was mentioning, I think in this particular day's program, all these things have been covered. And I think managers being represented, MSME is being represented, Karnataka state, what is doing, all this, I think is a very useful webinar, and you will get all this in one go and one place. So I'm glad that these are all some of the supporting systems that they're already there. Besides this, Startup India coming with the seed fund, and a lot of more than 1,000 crores has been held for the supporting of inspiring ideas. So Aspire is one other program where if you are able to rural enterprise, you are able to link with an industry or an academia, you get a lot of support even in that to get your enterprise. Then Atal Innovation Mission was also there. The promotional platform where government is providing more than 150 crores since 2015. I think MSME, I don't have to talk much about it because there is somebody who's going to speak very detailed about MSME. Even we Agri Innovate recognize and give especially concessional rates. The technologies are being given away to the MSME registered firms. Now, another important thing I thought I must tell you is that each state is coming up with a special program to encourage startups. Kerala has a Kerala Startup Mission, which is called Kusum. It has a huge complex recently. It provides a lot of infrastructure support, but besides this, they have started a huge integrated complex in Kochi. Then Telangana has come up with a specialized program for women, which is called V-Hub. And they also have a T-Hub, which is also a huge facility. A government mentor program is what they are promoting. And Andhra Pradesh, if you see Technology Research and Innovation Park, is another one which is being there. Madhya Pradesh has come with the 200 crore fund in collaboration with SIBB, where they also are promoting. Rajasthan has iStart, and each state, you name it, and they all have given huge space and technology. And besides the state government, I must tell you that IITs, IIMs, all of them have a some way or the other startup promotion. Now, if you go to NSR Cell in Bangalore, they have IIMB. Bangalore has a huge program where they support the startups. And I think that there's no end to the kind of support that is being given. Besides this, during the COVID, we have seen that a lot of funding support has been given by the government. Infrastructure fund, we are actually working on this and seeing how we can help improve the financial viability of various programs through this infrastructure fund. And there is also micro food enterprise promotion. Here also we are helping getting into the programs and giving technological support, and state specific cluster formation. I think even here this IIHR is also a part of this program, and others for promoting greens and distress sales. So many things government is also providing support. Besides this, I thought I must tell you one of the best programs that one can look forward to is the technology-based incubation facility that ICAR has established. We've started with 25 incubation facilities. Now there are 50, and each institute has an incubation facility, just like the way IIHR has. And you can really attach yourself, take a technology, take their facility, infrastructure, and start off. And they also provide you some market linkages, then establish yourself and move out. I think a lot will be spoken about this particular program. NAM has a very good incubation facility, and in collaboration with BIRAC, they keep conducting this startup supports and innovative ideas, ventures, and they're linked with venture capitalists also. I think RKVY Raftar is another program which is supporting a lot of incubation. I think Saravanan Raj will be speaking a lot about this. Niti Aayog's Atal Incubation is also another program. And I will very briefly tell how you can avail from Agri Innovate. See, one of the things, it's beautiful. Like what happens is many people, youngsters want to start their own business. They say like, why I should work somewhere? I will have my own idea, start off. So you will start with some mission, then you look at environment, then you start what is the internal environment, then you analyze, you finally come to decide my long-term objectives. You've done everything, and it's not an easy journey. And then when suddenly you come to some point and you think that you are almost reached very good, then finally you realize that so many people, similar idea has already been promoted by somebody and the competitor is much better off than you. Then you suddenly realize that you have forgotten about the regulatory compliances, and the state government is coming up with the new regulation and the central government coming up with the new regulation, and totally confusing, and you feel that why am I doing this? Then after all that, you have done only a prototype, and when you have to scale it up, you don't have the financial support. So that's again a problem. So this is how an entrepreneur's journey goes on. Besides this, I feel that after having worked with so many entrepreneurs, what we understand is that if you want to be a good startup, you should have an inventive step, which is something unique. You have a unique USP, unique selling points, and you should have a commercial scalability. But the best thing to do is if you can connect with an institution or a partner who provides you technical and business support, that's the best thing. And you will understand the regulatory compliances and also the market potential. The best place is to join an incubation facility or get the mentorship so that you are going ahead. So thinking these in terms, ICAR has come up with this system way back in 2006. Now we have moved ahead, and what we have is, this is how the incubation facilities have been started. Technology management units and zonal management units. But after that, they felt that there has to be a centralized position where all these technologies can be, uniformity could be brought, and a larger platform one can, make it wider access. That's how Agri-Innovate was started. The Agri-Innovate is, as I said, is a company, and this has happened because of these two guidelines which were revised, and we follow these guidelines and we try to help. Nearly 110 institutions are linked with us, and the technologies of all these institutions come through Agri-Innovate and they get commercialized. So this is how it works. Most of these technologies are either patented or protected through intellectual property rights. Then we have a thorough understanding of how the technology can be scaled up, and then through technology management units, it comes to Agri-Innovate, and we license out these technologies on non-exclusive basis for a period of 5 years or so under an MOU. So we have started doing this, although it was there from 2011, 2018 onwards only we started going ahead. And what we do is, as I said, is a one-stop shop for all technologies. We also facilitate collaborations and also capacity building, and we help you in evaluating your technologies as well. So these are all our seed and planting material. All these are our priority areas. But the process is that the institution comes to us, we conduct a techno-commercial assessment meeting, and once the standard terms are there, it is loaded onto our website. And if somebody is interested, I'll just show you how you can access our website and you can show your expression of interest. And then our business managers get back to you, and then we'll share with you the terms of trade, and then we finalize the agreement. And once the agreement is signed and you get trained, actually hands-on training at the institute, then the technology is bound to be shared. So just to look at it, this is our website. You can just go to www.agriinnovate.com or agriinnovate.co.in. And here you see that available technology. You click on that, all the technologies listed institute-wise, and you click on any one of these institute technologies. For example, you clicked on a variety or something, a small photograph and a brief description about that will come. Here there will be a button, you press that, express your interest. It opens, this model opens up, and then you fill up these details, your name and your organization. You simply submit it, and it comes to our website, and we then onwards, my business managers get in touch with you and complete the entire process. So although we've started, as I was telling you, we could start only from 2018. We've been doing it. We so far commercialized about 175 technologies. We've grossed about 6 or 8 crores is our annual thing. And one important thing I want to stress on is that horticulture sector is the one which is doing extremely well, followed by crop science and veterinary. And large number of technologies, a lot of people take these technologies from us and start their businesses. And we also take up some international technology commercialization. We have been doing it. Now, one of the things I wanted to stress here is that the best way for any one of you to access is that you can have your own idea. That's of course is the way a startup works. But best thing is that you get attached to any of these institutions where there is an incubation facility, and then you take a technology on a non-exclusive basis. Then you can start and then understand how the technology works, and then you have a better access than doing your own. It's good to have your own passion, what you're passionate about, but it always good to also have other products that will give you a larger perspective and help you go forward. So just a glimpse of the kind of products you can look at. It could be millets. We have an institute which takes care of millets. Gluten-free types or gluten-enriched grains are there. Fortified, nutritionally rich grains. Then you have fruits and vegetables, dual purposes vegetables. I'm sure my the colleague Dr. Narayana will be speaking in detail about all these things. You have machinery, tools suitable for industry, fisheries. You talk the sector, and we have the products which are there. And even, rice-based creams, beauty creams are also available. That kind of specialty products are all available. And you can also get special programs. You can attach yourself and you can get your specialized capacity building programs and like this webinars or more extended ones where you attach with the institute. And once you come, even the starting of your startup, registering with the company, all those also getting yourself IPR protection, mentoring, branding, all this, the incubation facility will help you. And you can get validated some of your products. And then you start, you can also do various kinds of things, whether it could be food business or any one of those, you can take it up. Now, I just wanted to also stress upon is that you need to have an inventive step, which is scientifically backed. That's when we call it a technology. It could be protected or it need not be protected, but still you can have a trademark or you can register with the plant variety protection or even a know-how, you can take it forward. But when we say technology commercialization, what we do is we sign an MOU and we give you the entire package, how the technology works. On one-on-one, we have a non-exclusive where we give you a territorial rights and we write a MOU and you sign an MOU. But what in an incubation, what happens is once you've taken a technology, you are also provided the infrastructure facility and mentoring, and then they help you take your business ahead. This could be a technology based one, like the way IIHR, many technologies are being commercialized. Then there are others like NAM and Manage. They provide you a business incubation facility. You come with an idea and they help you take it forward, or others. So this is the things promote how the business incubation models work on. Now, I was telling you about the incubation facilities. There are about 25. We started in 2009. Now, today there are about 50 of them. I think some of you must have visited IIHR's incubation center. And then each sector-wise, you take any, whether it could be spices, whether it could be crops. Every institute has a dairy. You have an incubation facility which helps you and talks to you and helps you take forward. The idea in this incubation is that we provide a technology, we help you build your enterprise, and we help you provide the skills that are required to start your enterprise and take it forward. Now, I thought I will not be covering much on this because I'm sure many more, the IIHR people will be covering lots on it. And what I was wanting to stress upon is that in the beginning of my presentation, I spoke about various people who spoke most successful enterprise who has raised a lot of funding. But for us as a horticulturist or agriculture background, for me, most successful, these are some of the most successful people who have taken a technology from us, built with us and started their business. And today they are flourishing. They are reaching as many farmers as possible. I think if you take natural crop care, maybe more than 1 lakh farmers he has reached with his products, which are actually IIHR based products. So that makes us more happy and feel more content that we are actually helping them. And this guy actually got Melinda Gates Foundation. He is best horticulture enterprise of the year 2018. He got funding support. He has been listed as one of the top 10 biotechnology firms in India. So that makes us very happy. Similar is High 7. This guy is another small young chap who came and took a technology and established himself. And today he is a very successful entrepreneur and he has won a lot of accolades. And similarly, there are people, another point which I would like to know is that when you take successfully launch a product, if you are also able to link with the farmers, I think that is what we as horticulturists look forward, that we are providing a support and an entire value chain is being created. And these are some of the successful ones I wanted to share with you. And it's not just restricted to horticulture alone. So this is another person who's hydrogreens. This is a product. He wanted to help in increasing the forage or livestock, to help livestock. And then he came up with an idea with the help of National Institute of NIANP, which is again based in Bangalore, and NAM Hyderabad. He started a program, and now he has so much support. NABARD has helped him and put more fodder solutions he's able to come up with. So this is another thing I thought. This is not just IIHR. If you go to IISR, Indian Institute of Spices Research, they provide a huge range of products are available, whether it is cultivation of spices or value addition of spices. They give all the technologies. One of them, a simple thing like a capsule-based micropropagation. One lady has taken, and you can see that she has been able to get the accolades from the Prime Minister himself with the kind of a model which is based on a technology which provided by Indian Institute of Spices Research. So these are some of the things that I think you need to understand, and you need to be linked with these institutions will always help you. And I wanted to share this also. Spices Research has come up with a shop, they have established their own shop for all the incubating products, where the incubators are developing and selling. They have come up with a beautiful shop, and an outlet has been opened. And they not only that, they have an e-commerce portal where all the spice-based products are available. So sky is the limit. If you have an idea and you are linking with an incubation facility, you get a mentored support, and then the sky seems to be the limit. And this is what I wanted to share with you all. And I wanted to say that please get linked with us, take the products, you have your own idea, and this is the best place you are in. And I wish you all the best, and I hope to see more people coming and joining this journey. This is some of our products, some of the happy customers who come back to us and tell that we have done well. And I think today, your whole day, you're going to be engaged, and I'm sure you will be enriched, and we would like to see you more often. Thank you so much for giving me this time. And also you can connect with us, talk to us, call us. Thank you so much.
We thank you very much, madam, for your valuable lecture. In fact, this is a good beginning for today's webinar, and madam's experience made a big beginning for us. And on behalf of all of you and ICAR-IIHR in particular, let us thank Madam Sudha Mysore, actually, who is heading at the national level all this our agri-business activities. Thank you very much, madam. We'll take.
Thank you so much. Dr. Manjunath, if anybody wants the PPT, I don't mind. I will send it to you. You can share.
Please, madam.
I have absolutely no problem.
Yeah. That is a good gesture, madam. We'll definitely do that.
Thank
So,
you.
if any of the participants has got one or two specific questions or clarifications, so we just invite maybe maximum limited to 2 or 3 maximum. Any of the participants wants any clarifications, please?
I just wanted to know if the session recording will be shared with us later, since it is getting
later stage we will share that one. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I just wanted to one thing. Please put your name. It says Redmi or something. Please write your name. When you...
Sure. I joined on my phone, so we'll change it.
Please. Yeah. No problem. Anyway, I don't mind sharing. I will give it to Dr. Manjunath, and you can access it from there.
Yeah. Good morning. Mentioned about this very interesting for this interesting session.
Yeah, please.
Could I ask you a question?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, ma'am, you mentioned about this incubation support. Actually, what is the cost involved for? I mean, do we have to? Is there any fees involved, or what is it kind of?
There's a very nominal fee. You will. It depends on whether you are joining as an off-site incubator or an on-site incubator. You take a technology and you take it from us. That license fee will be there. For example, there will not be more than maximum would be around 5 lakhs, not more than that. 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs. That's a kind of a, we'll provide you the technology and then you join, enroll as an incubating. Maybe there will be an annual fee of 10,000 rupees. And depends on whether you're going to access the infrastructure, what infrastructure you're accessing. Some rentals will be there, which I think cannot go more than 10,000 rupees a month. If at all you are producing and you produce your product, we will sometimes help you even market it through our market linkages. Once you establish, you move out, and maximum you can avail this is for 1 year or maximum is 2 years, depends on the space available. There are so many incubation models are there, and across the country you can join anywhere.
Okay. Thank you.
Good morning, madam, for this very interesting talk. My question is, right, many of the startups, right, the startups are based on 1 or 2 core ideas, right? Now, how the idea protected? The moment we come to the incubation forum and present our idea, how this will be protected? So what are the process?
We do have a non-disclosure agreement we signed, That's it's a kind of a gentleman's promise, and none of your ideas will be taken away by anyone. It is an agreement between your ideas will not be shared. That is a non-disclosure agreement we signed with the clients also.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't have to worry about that.
So thank you very much, madam, once again. So we'll move on to the next lecture by our senior colleague, Dr. C.K.Narayana sir, who is presently the head of the division of post-harvest technology at our ICAR-IIHR, and he is also chief executive officer of Best Heart at our institute. So I request sir to kindly present the lecture on our ICAR-IIHR technologies for startups. So we have a wide variety of products. So sir will give the details, and many of you can actually seriously take a note of these things, and maybe subsequently, if any of you require the major detail, maybe you can approach us at a later date. Thank you. We'll over to Dr. C.K.Narayana sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Manjunath, for that introduction. So, continuing with what Madam told just now, we at IHR have more than 160 technologies, different types of varieties of fruits, vegetables, ornamental, medicinal crops. I hope I'm audible. Am I audible? So
Yes,
the technology, so the technologies at IHR, when we do the licensing, you have a bouquet of technologies across different thematic areas like seed and planting material. We have around 78 different kinds of varieties, hybrids, seeds, and other planting material. Similarly, in post-harvest technology, we have around 60 different kinds of products and processes, starting from minimally processed to fully processed to osmotic dehydrated, many of them. Then the third category is plant protection technologies or plant health management technologies, which involves crop nutrition, then biopesticides for control of nematodes, then biological control agents like predators, and then non-chemical methods like light traps, pheromone traps, things like that. So we have around 20 of those technologies in crop health management aspect. Then we also work on mechanization, farm implements and machinery. We are having 3 categories in that. One group is for raising the nursery, all equipments required for mechanization of those particular aspects. Then second is the production technology. Maybe for taking up bun farmer or planting machines, transplanting machines, budding budding machines like robot for carrying out the grafting, things like that. And third category is processing machineries. So starting from maybe simple mango cube cutter to pomegranate aril extractor and many other things we have. Similarly, we have the entire range of machinery required for mechanization of mushroom production, starting from preparing and filling the bags, spawn bags, to spawn production, to uh, growing of mushroom, and then processing. So we have complete end-to-end solution in case of mushrooms. Then we have a few of biotechnological products also, like some protocols for micro propagation of different kinds of plants and maybe fruit crops, some of the vegetables, then some flowers. And also we have some diagnostic kits for detecting viral diseases and things like that. So under these different thematic areas, we do the transfer of technology. So the procedure for getting any of these technologies is to just, you have to drop a mail address to our director at director.IIHR@ICAR.gov.in. So once you submit your interest there, either directly to in the director's name, or you can also, as Madam just now told, uh, go to Agri-Innovate website, and from there also you can put up your expression of interest. So once we receive your request, either directly or from Agri-Innovate, we process it through, we have a Institute Technology Management Unit, where we process and get back to you with details about the cost of the technology and tax aspect, and the training fee, if it is there, the training fee, how much you will have to pay. So if you are interested in, say, for example, the vegetable hybrids. So these are some of our latest vegetable hybrids, really, which are doing wonders in farmers' field. Arka Rakshak and Arka Samrar, these are the two varieties really, making waves across Northeast particularly. So it was even lauded by the Minister of Agriculture, Chief Minister also, in state of Mizoram, for its extraordinary performance in that particular region. Similarly, in other parts of the country also, this he is widely being adopted. The advantage of these varieties are that multiple disease resistant. So first two, that is Samrat and Rakshak, are triple disease resistant, having resistance to TLOCV, bacterial wilt, and early blight. And Abed is our latest, Abed and Vishesh are the two latest ones. Abed is the one which is having 4 disease resistance. And it is suitable for summer as well as Kharif and Rabi cultivation, and excellent yields. All these 3 hybrids yield from 70 to 85. That is our claim, but farmers have taken even up to 100 and 120 tons per hectare. And crop will be ready in 140 to 150 days. And all these 3, particularly the Abed and Vishish, 2 varieties, are highly suitable for even processing. So we have been hearing from many industries that our nati varieties or local varieties are not suitable for processing into tomato products, and they mostly depend upon imported pulp from China. So we developed this and then got it tested with the processing companies, and it was found to be on par with any of the imported pulp or imported varieties. So these are 2 other varieties which are highly suitable for processing, having a solid content more than 5 and low acidity, and high solid content and deep red color. Similarly, we have in chilies also more than 6 to 7 varieties, having different aspects to it, like some are poultry mildew resistant, leaf curl resistant varieties. So the latest ones what we have are Arka Tanvi, Arka Yashasvi, Arka Sanvi, and Arka Gagan. All these 4 are F1 hybrids having excellent yield potential, somewhere between 3 to 3.5 tons fresh green chili per acre, and to 8 to 10 tons green chili per acre, to say Gagan. So depending upon the segment of the use of this particular variety, either for fresh culinary use or for making into spices like chili powder, they are having very high heat units and deep red color. So these are 2 important things that are seen. and these varieties are also available. So these are available to both the cultivators to take the hybrids as such, or if there are people interested in starting in a seed company or seed business, we give the parental lines, and then there is an buyback arrangement also with IIHR, that because we have our own seed supply chain, and after getting it back from you, we put in our seed supply chain. The demand for all these varieties are so huge that we are not able to meet ourselves the demand. So we outsource, in fact, this particular procurement of seeds, and so there is an assured buyback if you're going for seed production. And then we have from green chilies, we have green chili paste technology for processing. Then coming to the capsicum, we have the first varieties of this released in India from a public institute. Whatever they are there in the market, they're all either imported or from private companies. This is the first government institution. I've come out with the color capsicum. So the yellow one, Arka Gaurav, then Arka Basant, and Arka Mohini. These are the three new varieties for the first time from a public institution. And these are also having very good yield potential from 15 to 16 tons per hectare. In French bean, we have Arka Sharad, which is a stringless or pencil beans, what people call in colloquial term, is a pencil bean, round and long and without string. And they are also having bacterial and rust resistant characters. Similarly, we have brinjal in all this category, that is purple, green. We have round as well as long types. Onions, we should say that the onion industry in the country as such is, if you see any private public institute, it is our IHR varieties which are dominating in the onion production in the country, particularly in Maharashtra region, from the public institutions. So for seed production, we have male sterile lines suitable for hybrid seed production, 2 male sterile lines. Then we have varieties like Arka Kirtiman, Arka Lalima. In that segment, then we have under multiplier onion or the sambar onion, what is called. We have one variety, Arka Ujjwal, and white onion, particularly for processing into powder and rings. Arka Swadishta is the one having very high TSS. So these also have very good yield capacity of almost 30 tons per hectare. In Dolichos bean, we have Soumya and Sambram. These are also short duration varieties which will come to harvest within 15 days after planting and gives up to 20 tons per hectare, and crop cycle is hardly 90 days. Arka Amog and is one again in that category. Then we have Arka Tapas, a heat tolerant pea variety. So garden pea is a winter crop, and the problem with that is in warm areas it cannot yield. So we have come out with a heat tolerant variety which can withstand the temperature or give the yield at 35, even at 35 to 33 degrees Celsius temperature, with very good yield of 5 tons per hectare. Then we have in fact another one edible pod variety, which is at tender stage, very sweet. It can be eaten along with the pod. Straight away you can eat it. So these are some of the pea varieties. And in watermelon segment, a new icebox type watermelon, we have come out with 2 varieties. One is Arka Muttu, which is round in shape. Another is Arka Shama, which is a bit oblong in shape and having very high TSS of 12 degrees Brix. Then in Bindi, again, which is ruling the market, is Arka Anamika, and that is again from IIHR. And now we have come out because the Elovin mosaic resistance was found to be slowly fading away in this particular Arka Anamika. Then we have come out with another new variety, Arka Nikita. It's an early flowering type and with a yield of 21 to 24 tons per hectare. And in pointed gourd, also we have varieties pointed gourd as well as in Kundru or the Coccinia. So in Pointed Gourd, we have Arkanilanchal Kirti from our Bhubaneswar center, and Spiny Gourd is again, Spine Gourd is, we have Arkanilanchal Sri, which is extremely performing well both in eastern coast regions and in western coast regions of India. And a huge demand is coming up for this. Several hundreds of acres this have been planted in Karnataka coastal region, and of course in eastern coast it is very popular already for a very long time. And Teasel Gourd, we have Arka Nilanchal Gaurav, and in Kundru Ivy Gourd we have Arkanilanchal Kuni and Arkanilanchal Sabuja. One is slender type, another is round type. And coming to fruit crops, we have custard apple, again a hybrid, should say the first one, interspecific hybrid, and here the fruits are big and almost 400 to 500 grams each fruit weighing, with very few seeds and more of pulp. And the beauty of this particular variety is it is having this hybrid is it is having high shelf life, and they do not crack from the surfaces or the crevices of it, and that's how it stays for longer. And it can just scoop out like an ice cream. You can scoop out and eat it. And now this variety is spreading in Maharashtra as well as Rajasthan. There's a huge demand again from ice cream industry for this particular custard apple. Then in papaya we have Arka Prabhat and Arka Surya, two varieties, two hybrids, each with having very high yield potential and deep orange color. So these seeds are available, and people who are interested in producing the seeds can take, as I said, the parental lines and produce it, and we'll buy it back. And people who want to grow, they can approach us, write to us to get this particular variety. And as an incubator or as a entrepreneur, if you want to start seed production, you are welcome to do that also. In Goa, we have two again red type varieties. One is Arka Kiran, another is Arka Reshmi. And in white pulp type, we have Arka Mrudula, Arka Mrudula, old one, and new one. One more we have Purna, Arka Purna in white color pulp. We have two latest varieties in this. So they're also again very good yielders, and this red one is high in lycopene content, highly suitable for processing. People who prefer crunchy texture can go for this. And a lot of area in AP has come under this particular variety, particularly for processing in Chittur. Then IHR is also a national active germplasm center for jackfruit. So we have collections of more than 100 different types of jackfruit, and we have identified some very good ones in this, like gumless jackfruit. So gum is one I think which is a bit fuzzy for people to handle, because of which they avoid buying or eating jackfruit. So we identified one gumless jack variety from our collections, and we have two other farmers varieties also which we are promoting, that is Sidhu and Shankara. Again, Sidhu and Shankara are the names of the farmers or custodian farmers who have preserved it from for generations, and they are having some unique qualities like deep orange color, high carotene content, and high antioxidant value, and very small fruit with high yield. So we are propagating or multiplying these two varieties and also giving to farmers. So that is these are then jackfruit. Then we are also working on pomelo. We have white as well as red in this. Arkanarang is a red pomelo. And in rambutan, we have identified one variety from our Chetali station. And then in mango with red color, this is something which is preferred particularly in US and Europe. Outer skin color is red, inside it is normally yellow. And this is one early maturing clone identified from our regional station in Bhubaneswar, Arkanilanchal Kesri. In similarly, flowers also, we work on more than 12 different flower crops. and important ones among them are rose, carnation, chrysanthemum. Then we have marigold and tuberose. So in carnation, we have two varieties, Arca Tejas and Arca Flame, and they are tolerant to nematodes. In rose, we have Arca Parimala, which is a scented type and highly suitable for perfume industry as well as other cosmetic industry. And so many other new products, wellness products that are coming into the market. These are all highly suitable for that. And then Arca Swadesh is, again, another one having a longer base life of 6 days, suitable for as a base for vase, cut flower for putting in vase. Then Chrysandra, we have 4 new different varieties, and Arca Ambra, Arca Sravya, and Arca Shreya. This is now again a very important crop for small and marginal farmers or backyard cultivation, as well as for plant growing, because this is F1 selection hybrid, and we have 4 different colors in this, starting from yellow to orange, light orange to deep orange. Gladiolus, we have large number of these gladiolus varieties and hybrids developed over the years, and the latest ones are Arca Gold and Arca Naveen. Different color segments, you can see this having a good base life. And Arca this tuberose is the one really which has made a major dent in market all over the country. Dr. Sudha herself, she has done a survey about the spread of this particular variety, and it was found that it is being well accepted in UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, many places. And because of its Arca Pajwal, I am talking about Arca Pajwal, the center one, and having high scent, it's also suitable for perfumery industry. IIHR also works on mushroom, and we have a dedicated lab established here for more than probably 40 years now, and has come out with a large collection of germplasm of mushrooms collected from across the country, starting from northeast to north to south, everywhere, interior forest. And we have identified one pink oyster mushroom having a pink color, and from the collections, and Arca OM1 is its name, oyster mushroom. So these materials also we provide training, capacity building for production, 3 segments. That is, for spawn production, we give the training and incubation. For mushroom cultivation, we give training and incubation. And for mushroom processing also, we give training and incubation. So this is mushroom training is one which is most sought after. Within a couple of days after announcing the training, the seats get filled up almost 100. And we have to, subsequent requests we'll have to postpone for the next training session. So that's a kind of traction that is having mushroom production and processing at present. Then in production technology, we have greenhouse production technology for more than 6 different crops now, tomato, capsicum, then we have our beans, and we have also for some of the flower crops. Then coming to post-harvest technology, as I said, around 60 different technologies are available, starting from different kinds of beverages, ready-to-drink beverages, or fruit squashes, clear enzyme clarified juices with preservative, without preservative, with sugar, without sugar, all combinations, and of different 10 to 12 different crops like mango, guava, banana, passion fruit, oranges, lime, jackfruit, 10 to 12 different crops. We have all these 3 categories. Then another one important technology, which is being bought by many people, is osmotic dehydration technology of fruit pulp, as well as osmotic dehydration of fruit slices. So fruit bar technology we have for, again, different crops like mango, papaya, then mixed fruit bar. All these are available. Osmotic dehydration also we have in about 7 to 8 different crops like mango, pineapple, jackfruit, papaya, then amla, plain amla, as well as in kokum infused amla and things like that. Tomato is one which really brings tears to the eyes of the consumer as well as the farmer. Farmer, because when the prices go down to half a rupee or 1 rupee, he prefers to plow it back into the field. And when the prices go up 60, 70 rupees or 80 rupees a kilo during the lean season, the housewives really shed tears. So we have a technology to preserve this tomato as a crush, that is with seeds, pulp and peels intact up to 6 months. And this technology is also available, and it has been picked up by one of the processors, SIP. Sunsip is the brand which is available in the market now. Then we have dry flower technology for extending the shelf life of flowers by drying into stable, that is removing the moisture, but it will retain its color and texture intact with the technique that we use for drying these flowers. And these dried flowers can be used for various kinds of products. And we give training in making some of these products, starting from garland, simple garland to bags and bouquet. The right side, if you see the rose one, in fact, this is, it is encased in a box, a transparent box, and this can be done with many flowers, including rose, dried rose bouquet, which will stay for almost a year. So these are the technologies we have, and then from in waste utilization, we have watermelon beverage, ready-to-drink beverage, and watermelon rind candy, then pickles. Pickles, we conduct the training programs also. Best Start Incubator, we conduct regularly the training programs on pickling, in general pickling, about fruits and vegetable pickling. Then in avocado, we identified one variety avocado, Arca Supreme, which is again a high yielder. And now the plants are also being sold from our outlet, ICAR nursery. And we have also two technology for processing of avocado into bread spread and avocado chutney. One more, three products. Another is avocado spray dried powder. So the spray dried powder also has been licensed to one company. So in avocado also we have technologies. Then coming to probioticated beverages, IHR is the first to come out with probioticated fruit beverages. In fact, whatever we have in the market today or dairy based, and we for the first time have come out with 3 different probioticated fruit beverages, one in mango, pomegranate and pineapple. So we have identified the best suitable species of lactobacillus, which will be having live enough number of live cells in that up to 3 months at refrigerated temperature. And so 2 different lactobacillus species are used in that, Lactobacillus selvaticus and Lactobacillus casei. Then in jackfruit, we have 3 to 4 technologies, jackfruit flour and jackfruit flour based products like cookies. Then we have shelf stable chapatis and other products, jackfruit seed powder. Then we have from jackfruit pulp, ready to drink beverage with no added color, no added preservative, no added sugar, having a shelf life of 6 months in glass bottles. Then similarly, we have something in chocolate segment where we use jackfruit seed and pulp at the core of the chocolate, and that replacement is about 40%, bringing down the calorific value of the chocolate, but increasing in nutritive value by several folds. Then in extension of shelf life of vegetables, we have large number of technologies, but the noteworthy ones are shrink wrap technology for extending the shelf life of fruits like pomegranate, and then we have film wrap technology. Then as Dr. Sudha showed you, we also have minimal processing technology for about 8 different vegetables. So today, if you see, particularly after COVID, because of the displacement of the laborers working in many metros, the restaurant and catering industry is badly hit. because they don't get labor to carry out the preparation work of cutting the vegetables and fruits. So we have a minimal processing technology which will reduce this waste, urban waste or metro waste, wet waste, and can be processed at the farm gate itself by somebody and provide the minimally processed products to restaurants and homes. So that is another one. Shrink trap technology will increase the shelf life by about 1 month at ambient temperature and 3 months up to 3 months in low temperature. Particularly in case of pomegranate, this was found successful in case of capsicum even, and we are trying it on other high value crops. Then in fermented beverages category, we have wines, fruit wines. Medicated grape wine is the one which is again unique to our institute. This will have about 16 different kinds of herbs and probably having much relevance in today's situation. Then we have medicated fruit wines. So fruit wines like lychee wine, then sapota wine. We have jackfruit wine, banana wine. All these fruit wines are also available for commercialization. So the advantage of fruit wines is that besides being slightly alcoholic, it will have a lot of other nutrients like antioxidants and other important phytochemicals that are present in that particular fruit from which you are making the wine. So unlike the hard liquors, which is mostly dominated alone by alcohol and less of other nutritional value. So we have an advantage of having this nutritional value in wines, and it can be of any category starting from 4% to 12% wine, normal straight wines, and even fortification can be done. So these technologies are available, and we have given licenses of banana wine technology to 3 licenses in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. In crop nutrition or plant health management segment, we have micronutrient specials for 5 different micronutrient specials for banana, mango, vegetables, citrus, and one more is grape special. So 5 micronutrient specials we have. So these are all now again attracting a lot of entrepreneurs into this area, and organic cultivation as well as for control or non-chemical control of pests, insect pests. We have neem soap and pongamio soap, very old technologies of ours. And lettuce, we have neem seed pellets, which has been picked up by some entrepreneurs in Bangalore, and they are doing extremely well. Easy Krishi is one such a startup which has taken the license last year and is already into the market and coming back to us with very good, interesting news that it is doing wonders, particularly in case of cabbage and cauliflower, which are heavily sprayed with pesticides to control the diamondback moth, serpentine leaf miner, as well as red spiders. So this is not having any toxicity or very low residual toxicity and totally organic from plant source. Then we have pheromone traps for mango fruit fly. Then we have melon fruit fly traps, and we have both for now we have male annihilation, female annihilation, both kinds of traps available for what you call non-chemical control of insect pests. Then another unique thing which is moving very fast in the market is our Arca Microbial Consortium. It is a consortium or a mixture of 3 different kinds of bacteria that will do nitrogen fixing, phosphorus mobilization, zinc mobilization, and also it promotes the inherent intrinsic resistance in the plants to sustain the infections. So this again has been found to increase the yield by about 20% in majority of the crops, and then also reduce the requirement of fertilizer because mobilization is better. The requirement of fertilizer reduced by 25 to 30%, and yield is increased by about 20%. And this particular product can be used both in liquid and solid form, and they are available from our counter as well as from our manufacturers. One of the manufacturers successful is Natural Crop Care again, who is doing very good business in this particular product across the states. Then we have another technology, fermented cocoa peat, which is a substitute for soil, and it can be enriched again with our ferment AMC, Arca Microbial Consortium, and suitable for growing nurseries. So Horticulture is one, as I said, is a pheromone trap. Then we have, just to show, there are about 8 to 10 different mushroom fortified products made from dried mushrooms. And to show one is mushroom for iron fortified mushroom. And we have cookies and various other products available for taking as an enterprise. And Healer Cum Sealer is a mango trunk border management product that we have. Then lettuce, we have a liquid formulation, particularly for terrace gardening, whether you want to grow vegetables or medicinal plants or tulsi, or you want to grow some vegetables for your kitchen on the rooftop. We have some nutrient solutions to increase the yield, that is in liquid formulations for soilless vegetable cultivation on terrace. So these are also available. Then for seed treatment, we have Seed Pro, which is again a bacterial combination, which will prevent the mortality of the seedlings and enhance its viability or germination. In biopesticides, we have 5 biopesticides, particularly for control of nematodes in the soil. So these are also available for taking up as an enterprise. Then the latest one more item what we have is Arca Herbiwash. So it is a 100% organic product suitable for washing the fruits and vegetables. So this product was found to remove 80 to 100% of different types of pesticides that are resident on the surface of the fruit. And it is a 100% natural, no synthetic chemicals added to it. And 2 grams is sufficient for a liter of water. These products are also available both for purchase of the technology as well as for incubation. Coming to the machineries, we have pomegranate aerial remover. There's a big list of these technologies, around 25, more than 25 of them. And just to show the latest ones I can just mention that there are harvesters for fruits starting from lime and lemon and sapota to mango, different kinds of harvesters. Then we have onion digger and our onion harvester sorting for sorting, grading, and cleaning. We have onion detopper. So many equipments, complete end-to-end solution for onion cultivation and processing is available at IIHR. So you can take all of them or even one of them and you can enter into the market. So pomegranate aerial extractor I wanted to show you because of late the pomegranate aerial export is increasing, and majority of the places, all I can say 99% people are doing it manually, where the efficiency is very low and the labor cost will be huge. So we have come out with a machine which will have an efficacy of 93 to 95%, and with a 80 kg per hour can be peeled and aerial can be separated, and then the aerials are packed and sent abroad. Then we have a mushroom outdoor mushroom growing unit. So this is something where you can around 64 bags you can put inside, and it is a pedaled vehicle. It can be used both as a vending vehicle, growing and vending vehicle. So it can go to the apartments or direct to the doorsteps of the consumers, and consumers can directly pluck the fresh mushroom for themselves from this particular vending van. So it can growing come vending van. So we have a vegetable vending van, again another modification of the similar one, where the humidity is high and is suitable for vending. It can carry a load up to 120 kilos inside this, and it will have solar panels on the top for operation of mist, there is a misting machine inside, which will maintain high humidity inside the vehicle, so that the fruits and vegetables remain fresh, particularly the leafy vegetables remain fresh for 2 to 3 days when this is used. Then coming to the last slide, coming to the incubation and other kinds of startup support that we give at IHR. So IHR has 3 incubators. One is the ABI, Agribusiness Incubator, supported by ICR, which is now currently conducting this particular webinar. And the other one is Bestort, which is a DST-sponsored incubator, particularly for food processing. And the third is our Birac Bionest, which is again for food processing. So from BPD, ABI, we are supporting all kinds of entrepreneurship, but particularly more focused on all the micronutrients, the ARCA Microbial Consortium. All this incubation is being provided by ABI. And food processing is mainly right now supported through Bestort. So we have a complete line for food processing facility, food processing activity of fruit, vegetables, and other like cereals and pulses also can be taken up on those machines. So in Bestort, we facilitate procurement or purchase of the technology either from IHR, or we facilitate, you come to us and ask what you express, what is your interest. We'll guide you through the complete process of getting the technology from any institute in ICR across the country, incubate you at our place if we have the facility in any of these, one of the 3 incubators that we have, and then handle you, provide you the training required. Then in Bestort, we can also do the incubation from ideation to proof of concept to scaling up. So as madam told you, if a first generation entrepreneur you just want to enter into the business related to horticulture, but not very sure what to enter into, you can contact us. We will guide you through all the pros and cons, and then arrange for the technology. So as Madam Sudha Mysore told, it would be better to pick up these technologies which are available off the shelf. These are all researched, tested, proven technology. So you don't have to prove it again. It's even some of the cases scaled up. Wherever incubation facility is available, all of them are scaled up. So you don't have to go through that process, but still you have some, say, novel idea about any of the aspect and you want to test it and take to the proof of concept stage, we will guide you through the mentoring. So when you approach us with your idea, it will be first thing protected through a document, non-disclosure agreement. Non-disclosure agreement we make both for your ideas as well as our technologies. When IHR gives license for these technologies, we also make a no-disclosure agreement that you will not share the details of this technology even after going out from our incubator with any of others laterally. You also make an agreement, we also make an agreement. When you come with your idea, we also do not share with anyone else. Of course, if other things are required, we can help you in patenting. We can help you in making DPRs, vetting it. Now, this week we are going to have HDFC Bank as one of the partners with Bestort for business mentoring and pitching you for financial support, because Smart Up is a scheme of HDFC Bank, especially to support the startups in horticulture. So we are in agriculture. So we are going to, we are entering into an agreement with them. So they will be associated with us with Bestort Incubator continuously for business mentoring as well as for providing you the necessary finances. Of course, every bank or every financial institution will have their own set of rules and guidelines which are stipulated by the Reserve Bank of India. It will be within that framework, anything that will be extended. But as Madam told you, there are so many initiatives by government it is, I think, the right time and up time for really transforming India into a developed country through participation of each and every individual in one or the other way in nation building process. I think there is a hope, and hope keeps us moving ahead. So thank you all for that patient hearing. If there are any questions to be taken up, I'm available for a couple of minutes, maybe 2 or 3. Any clarification required on this?
I'm sure you have got a very wide cafeteria of technologies of ICAR-IIHR at your option. So now we encourage 2-3 questions which are very relevant to our institute technologies as such. Dr. C.K.Narayana sir will go into answer. Kindly put up your questions rather.
Sir,
Yeah,
this is Suparna from Buxar. I want to know about crust tomato technology, na?
Yeah.
What type of preservative used for crust tomato, and what type of machine? In Bihar, there is a huge amount of tomato will produce, na, sir, and sell in only 1 kg, 1 rupees per kg. We want to save this.
Yeah,
And
for tomato crust technology, preservative used is acetic acid. That is grass preservative or class 2 preservative, which is approved by Food Safety Standards Authority. Secondly, the machines required would be a colloidal mill, packing machine, and steam jacket kettles, and a boiler for steam. These are the equipments, minimum equipments required, besides the space and other things.
Sir, how we get na outdoor mobile mushroom growing unit, na sir, जो vending van आपने say किया, how
Yeah.
to get, sir?
You have to, as I told you in the beginning, you have to write to our director. You are from Bihar, no?
Yes, sir, from Buxar, na sir.
Yeah.
I am assistant director.
Yeah,
from
so
Buxar, sir.
yeah, IHR is supplying large number of machines and inputs to Bihar now. One of these machines is being placed. Order has been placed with us by the government of Bihar, and sorry, government of Jharkhand, not Bihar, Jharkhand. But Bihar now we made available ARCA Microbial Consortium for the Department of Agriculture. And if you are interested, you can through your director of horticulture, government of Bihar, can write to our director, and we'll be transferring this technology to some of the fabricators, or you yourself can identify some fabricators in Bihar and buy this technology from us, and he can fabricate there in Bihar and give you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Sir, Narayan sir, question.
Yes, sir.
Is there any method to extend the shelf life of chips other than adding the preservatives?
Which chips you are talking about? Banana or jackfruit, or which one?
Banana, jackfruit, tapioca.
Okay, so I'm audible, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. So the chips normally they go bad because of rancidity. So the methods of extending the shelf life of chips is, first is adding an antioxidant to your frying medium, whatever the oil you're using. That is the first step. Second step is the rancidity occurs because of oxidation.
Okay.
So you have to pack in nitrogen flushed pack. So there is no oxygen in the storage atmosphere. Third is you have to ensure that it is stored in a place which is dry totally, no humidity. And please avoid packing in polythene bags, because polythene bags are not impervious to moisture. There will be moisture exchange taking place from the atmosphere. So if the humidity is more in the atmosphere, your product will spoil because it will seep into through the polythene. Your best package would be to go for a laminate which will have polythene plus aluminum foil, so that the gas exchange as well as moisture exchange is almost not there. Almost
to what extent this shelf life can be extended?
So chips mostly with this you can go up to 2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, to understand, this is Paritosh Ranjan. So to understand more about the technologies which has been described now, can we visit the IIHR office in Bangalore and connect with someone in the office there?
Yes. Welcome. You are welcome anytime.
Sure. So who do we contact when we reach there?
You can either contact me or you can contact Dr. Manjunath, who is organizer of this particular webinar. So you can contact me. My mail is I can write in the chat box. My number and mail I'll share here, and you can.
That would help. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I'm Venkatesh. I'm calling from Andhra Pradesh, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, how do you get a training program from IIHR, sir? How do we approach you?
See, for training programs, we regularly, every month, we conduct 1 or 2 training programs, either by STOT or ABI or Institute, our extension training division. They conduct training programs, at least 2 in a year, in a month, minimum 2. So if you are interested in taking offline, that is physically, if you are coming, you are welcome. The immediate next program on Arca fermented cocoa peat is coming on 23rd of this month. You can register and you can join offline or online. Both are available. So whichever as individuals, if you are interested, but if there is a group, see if it is an FPO or it is a KVK or if it is some other group, self-help group, you want as a group, you want a training, we can arrange a specific training for your group, online or offline, as you want. So you have to write to us.
How do we contact you, sir? To which mail ID or contact number?
Yeah, that's what I will be sharing here. I'll write it here. You can note it down from the chat box. So
yes,
all
you can write to our director email ID also. Website, it is available.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Any other question? So last question rather. So if not, I think we profusely thank our senior colleague, Dr. C.K.Narayana sir, for taking up this challenging task of explaining all the technologies released from our institute. So it is a really wide arena of cafeteria of technologies, which will definitely have a lot of potential for entrepreneurship. So it is in fact the details can be obtained by visiting us. So having taken this particular webinar, I think all of you should make it a point to visit our institute and take the details of each of these technologies, and whichever the one which suits to you, so maybe you can take up for your entrepreneurship. So with this, we profusely thank you, sir, for having come and delivered this particular lecture. So we'll move on to the next lecture. So it is none other than by the director of MSME Bangalore, G.R.Akadas. Sir, actually she is talking on supportive mechanism in India for horticulture startups. I think this is the one area which is very much essential for our budding entrepreneurs. So I request sir to kindly speak on the subject. So we welcome you, sir, from ICAR-IIHR. It is over to you, sir, kindly.
Thank you for inviting me for this occasion. It has been very interesting session, the previous session. Really very helpful technologies have been developed. In fact, there's a lot of scope nowadays, especially after this pandemic. What we have sensed is there's a sudden spurt in demand for processed foods, not only in India, it's all around. So the export opportunities are coming up. So I am here to tell you what government can help you and what are the schemes you can avail, not only in horticulture, for any agriculture based, agro based or any venture, what government of India gives you. So I'm actually representing Ministry of MSME. So there's a organization called as Development Commission MSME. So under which we are around 30 offices all over India, mostly one office or two offices in every state. And we have branches also. In Karnataka, our main office is in Bangalore, Hubli, and two branches, one in Mangalore and Gulbarga. So let me start with the my presentation. So what is MSME? Let me begin with that. So during the pandemic, the definition was changed. So earlier it was divided into service and manufacturing sector. Now that differentiation is not there. Everything is one MSME, like up to investment up to 1 crore and turnover under 5 crore will be classified as micro industries. A company with an investment up to 10 crore and turnover up to 50 crore will be classified as small, and a firm investment up to 20 crore and turnover under 250 crore will be classified as medium. So most of the schemes and subsidies are focused on micro and small, and medium, the availability of subsidies is comparatively less. And recently, even all the traders, wholesalers, even street vendors can be registered as MSMEs. The only difference is for street vendors or traders or distributors, the schemes are not applicable. Only they are eligible for lending under MSME sector. All other schemes are not applicable for traders or distributors or street vendors. So these are the main schemes which are ongoing now, though there are many other schemes. The following are only operational and many are under revision now. So initially we train the people under EDP, that is Entrepreneur Awareness Program, Entrepreneur Skill Development Program, Management Development Program, motivational campaigns, etc. Then Udyam registration, MSc Cluster Development Program, Credit Linked Capital Subsidy Scheme, which is now not operational and it is under revision. Then a Digital MSME, Lean Manufacturing Scheme, and Intellectual Property Scheme. They are very important for any startup or any MSME to come up. Then to go a little further, Z certification, that is zero effect and zero defect. Then design expertise for MSME sector. Then in development of MSMEs through incubators. Then marketing assistance like PMS, PPP, that is public-private partnership, or public procurement policy, vendor development. These are the programs which are helping MSMEs to market their products, because marketing is very important aspect. Then for finance, there is a credit guarantee scheme, a collateral-free loan scheme. Then there are tool rooms and specialized technology centers and testing facilities. These are all the, in a glance, what we are giving actually. So let me go one by one. One is entrepreneurship and skill development. So this is a 6-week program. Sorry, let me start with the industrial motivation campaign. This is a 1-day program wherein we involve all the authorities who are responsible for promoting MSMEs. That means the government agencies who are essential to start an MSME. We call, suppose, district industry centers, bankers, then motivational speakers will be called, and we try to motivate the unemployed youth to start a self-employment venture or a startup. This is IMC, what we call 1-day program. We can organize it anywhere, and this is free of cost. Then EDP program, that is Entrepreneurship Development Program. Mainly it is organized for 2 weeks. And here we go a little further, covering market surveys and how to make a financial statement, how to prepare a project report. And all these things are taught to the prospective entrepreneurs who are interested to start their ventures. Then another type is a 6-week training program, wherein along with all the entrepreneurial and managerial inputs, we also give a skill input. It may be in anything identified sector, like ready-made garments, it may be food processing, maybe artificial jewelry making, bakery products, essential oils, perfumery, etc. Even we have covered even the latest like battery charging infrastructure for the electric vehicles. That also is covered under this program. Sorry, there is a. So let me go to Udyam registration. I think there is some problem going on. So the first essential thing to start any MSME is Udyam registration. Earlier it was Udyog Aadhar memorandum. Now the process is simplified. Only thing, GST and PAN are very much essential to register this. This is a unique number which is given to any MSME. So if you are registered under Udyam registration, then you are eligible for all the schemes which are relevant to you. So this is a simple process, online process. You need not go anywhere. You need not submit any document. And it is totally free of cost. And we would like to give a warning also, because once you search in Google, you will get so many links where generally it leads to some consultants who will charge you around 2,000. So beware of that. It is totally a free scheme. So this I have already told. Then I would like to bring forward our flagship program, which is called as MSME Cluster Development, which is nowadays very popular. And I'm glad to say most of the new clusters which are coming up are in food sector, food and agro sector. So what is a cluster? So it's a cluster is a group of enterprise located within an identifiable, as far as practicable, identifiable area producing similar or doing similar services. It's a geographical area which is concentrated with a particular activity that is identified as a cluster. So what is a cluster? To simplify this, what I can say is, like a micro entrepreneur or a small industry who are producing quality products, they fail to market because they don't have a proper testing facility, a proper state-of-the-art machinery, or a proper packaging, which is essential for international marketing, as well as certification, international certifications, all those things. So to make affordable for a small enterprise, what we do is we bring them together and establish a common facility center with up to 80% grant from Government of India. The amount of grant is given up to 20 crores for a common facility. And here it is a PPP model, that is public-private partnership model, wherein 20% the entrepreneurs or the stakeholders have to contribute. 10% will be by the state government, and 70% will be by Government of India in the form of a grant. So here we create even infrastructure also in industrial areas and clusters, some like roads or drainages, all those things are possible in this. And as I told, testing, training centers, raw material depot, this is a common raw material, because as you know, when raw materials are purchased in bulk, it will be much economical. So we prefer a raw material bank to be established in a cluster area, and effluent treatment plants. So these are all generally not coming. It's very difficult for any micro industry to afford for. So this will be created as a common facility. So the cluster is identified by these methods. The similarity or complementarity in the methods of production, quality control testing, energy consumption, pollution control. We identify this by making a diagnostic survey. Then the trust building is very much important, because unless people come together, a cluster cannot be established. So it is the trust building activity which is very important while forming a cluster. As I told, we start with the diagnostic study report. Then we identify, it's like a SWOT analysis. We identify what are their weaknesses, strengths, opportunities, and what to be done, what they require. And first we give them soft intervention. What is the technical assistance, capacity building, exposure visits? We'll show them the similar things what are going on all over India. Then the trust building will start. Later, a detailed project report is prepared, depending on the diagnostic survey. What are the infrastructure required? All those things. The land is very important here, which has to be mostly given either by the state government or through the stakeholders. Then this is called as hard intervention. That is, hard intervention is setting up of a common facility center. It may take a testing facility, design center, production center, effluent treatment plants, training center, R&D center, raw material bank, sales depot, product display center, information center. All these are possible under common facility center. And there are more than 40 such centers are successfully running around in South India. And in Karnataka, I can say in Vijaypur, there's a resin processing cluster which is running successfully. Then there's the auto component cluster in Hubli, the ready-made garment cluster in Hubli. Then there is a food processing cluster set up by women in Gulbarga. And there's the electronic cluster in Bangalore. And near Haroholi, there's a printech cluster, which is printing common facility center is there. And recently we have opened a puffed rice center, common facility center in Chitradurga. So similarly, there are several projects which are going on. One food processing cluster in Sirsi, Uttara Kannada district. Cashew processing center, common facility center in Kumta is already operational. And millet processing cluster in Davangere, which is under implementation. Like that, there are plenty. And one thing you can observe is these are all, majority of them are in food processing. So now next is digital MSME. As you know, the present government is giving a lot of importance for digital platform for all the activities. So here, the objective is to create a cloud atmosphere, what we call a cloud infrastructure, wherein different softwares and apps are hosted, and these are given to MSMEs at a very affordable cost. It may be ERP or e-marketing. All those platforms are created on cloud, and this will be given to MSMEs at a very nominal cost. So MSMEs will be able to use this infrastructure for their marketing as well as design, as well as daily like inventory control. It may be HR or anything what they like. And this is shortly going to be launched. Another one is zero effect, zero defect. So apart from ISO 9000, what we used to hear earlier, so there is a comprehensive quality standard called as zero effect, zero defect, which is supposed to be much superior to the existing quality standards, because this standard covers almost everything in a system. It's a system certification. And here, most of the things are online, self-assessment and gap analysis, everything. Then there will be 3 or 4 level assessments. Nowadays, the new revised scheme has been simplified, and Ministry of MSME will subsidize the cost of obtaining this certification up to 80% for micro, 60% for small, and 50% for medium enterprises in the certification fee. So the initial stage is desktop assessment, then complete assessment. Then for defense, there is a separate assessment. Then if you can't get a required certification, you can go for reassessment. So this is unlike other standards. ISO is ISO, but here your grading is there, like from bronze, silver, gold, diamond, platinum. So a vendor will know what is your level. And apart from this certification, now there are some policy changes being made in state governments also to give extra priority for Z certified MSMEs, so that even in marketing, procurement, as well as vendor listing. So this is going to help MSMEs. So intellectual property rights, as you know, this is very important. Once you develop or you develop your idea, you have a unique idea or you have a unique process or a product. So it's very easy for the other people to copy. But once you register or you're like a patent, once your intellectual property is registered through proper channels, then you have a right to sell it also to others. So this is a cumbersome process, and our department is giving a lot of incentives for getting it. Like domestic patent up to 1 lakh is given. For international patent up to 5 lakh is given as a grant. And for GI, that is geographical indications, for this also up to 2 lakh. And for trademarks up to 10 lakh is given. So the details are available online. And I would like to tell you, all these schemes, whatever I'm telling, they're all online. Application is online. Only the assessment will be made by the concerned MSME Development Institute. And even the reimbursement, whatever you get is online only. So there is no need to run from here and there. So this is another lean manufacturing competency, LMC. Lean manufacturing is applicable only for manufacturing industries. Here what we do is, it is simplification of the process or finding out what are the bottlenecks in a process, and the consultant will identify what to be improved. So without spending much, how to reduce the cost of production. This is the total objective of this scheme. And here what we have observed, even in a small unit, there's an annual saving of from 20 to 40 and up to 60 lakhs in some cases we have observed. Here what we do is, a consultant, whoever is relevant to the MSME, will be reimbursed up to 80% of the cost of his consultancy fees. And there's another scheme for design expertise. See, suppose many of the even students or even the MSMEs have a design, some concept in their mind, but they are unable to do it. Here, these projects can be given some support by the ministry through some agencies. For example, Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore has a center of excellence established by the Ministry of MSME, wherein you can apply online and tell you what is your idea, and you will be given faculty support through design support and infrastructure support through the Indian Institute of Science, and they will help you even to get your IPR, and you can commercialize whatever concept or idea you have. And this is going on, and last year there more than 25 ideas were commercialized, and many are still going on, and even students can enroll. And this is very useful scheme for technocrats. Even for grassroots inventions, it is possible. Apart from that, there is a concept of incubators, business incubators, technology business incubators. So last financial year, around 26 such incubators were sanctioned around Bangalore. And this is generally done in a technical institute, reputed technical institute, having enough infrastructure for incubation. Here, any student comes out with an idea, and here he will be helped under the scheme. He gets even the seed capital up to 15 lakhs per idea. And with the help of the faculty in a particular college, he can develop his idea into a commercial one. Whereas the host institute will be given up to 1 crore for infrastructure development. And here also, if the application is through online. So the most important thing is marketing. So marketing, see, first of all, building a brand is very difficult because it will cost you in crores, developing a brand. So as I told you, in cluster, it's possible to get a common branding. And it will be easy because everything, most of the things are subsidized by the government. Apart from that, to provide marketing linkages, of course, Government of India has brought out another public procurement policy in 2012, as per which up to minimum 20%, 25% of the total procurement, annual procurement of any public sector unit, central public sector unit, is mandatory through MSMEs. So, which is a huge market. You just take railways itself, imagine 25% of the total procurement. It's going to be huge, and a lot of MSEs are taking advantage of this. So this is a detail, and again, within that 25% target, 3% is earmarked for SC/ST, and 4% for SC/ST, and 3% for women entrepreneurs. So this is also helping directly the privilege, what you call the SC/ST and weaker sections. So this is PMS scheme, procurement and marketing support. Here again, the government, as you are aware, there's a portal called as GEM, it's Government Electronic Marketplace, wherein any trader or any MSME can register their products and services. And it has become mandatory for all the central government and undertakings as well as offices to procure even pens, pencils, or any small item from GEM. So government departments cannot procure it openly through tenders. Whereas GEM is a portal, it is like a, any other e-commerce like Amazon or something. It's a supermarket where very transparent procedure is involved, and these procurements are as per the government financial rules. So this is a very big platform provided by the government for any supplier, or the buyers, of course, are only government. Then organizing trade fairs, international trade fairs, participating in national trade fairs, expos, etc., are possible under this scheme. Any international trade fair, you can apply for participation. Suppose you want to organize some trade fair, funding is possible. So this is through PMS portal only, where you can see in our website, which I'm going to show you later. So for associations and a group of units, there's a possibility to establish marketing infrastructure. This is called as development of marketing huts. So here, even the associations or women SHGs, it is possible for them to set up such marketing points. Some infrastructure funding is given here. And under vendor development program, we bring the buyer and seller on a single platform wherein they can interact and buy and sell their products. This are organized in two levels. One is at a unit level. It may be for a single PSU, it may be for HAL, BHEL like that, or it may be at a national level wherein many PSUs participate and display their products. And there is a B2B meetings possible here. And several awareness programs like trade fairs, digital advertising, e-marketing platform, GST, GEM. These are being organized time to time. And for finance, this scheme, credit guarantee scheme, there's a trust set up by the government in Mumbai. And this scheme is implemented through almost all the banks, nationalized as well as private banks. Credit guarantee. This is you'll get a collateral free credit up to 2 crores eligible. Not everyone who are eligible for it, whose projects is really bankable. Only such people get it, and the complaint from most of the entrepreneurs is they don't get. Of course, it finally depends on the banks. If the banks are satisfied, they will give. And it's a very helpful scheme for many of the industries, because collateral, giving a collateral or security, which is a big task for a newcomer. So most of the new schemes or the new loans are covered under, automatically covered under this credit guarantee scheme, because the collateral or the security is provided by the government. Here, the guarantee cover provided is up to 75% of the credit facility, up to 50 lakhs. That is 85% for loans up to 5 lakh provided to micro enterprises, for 80% for MSCs owned and operated by women and northeastern regions. Because the 75% of the security is covered by the government, rest 25% it is left to the bank. So this one scheme, technology centers, suppose you want to fabricate anything, or you have a design, or you have a concept, again, our technology centers will help you. There's a program called TCSP, Technology Centers Systems Program. This comes under World Bank project, wherein 15 technology centers are being established all over India. This is an average investment of 150 to 200 crores each in every center. One such center is coming up in Devanalli near airport. And already 3 to 4 are operational, one in Bhopal and another one is in West Bengal. Like that, many are operational already. And these centers will have facilities for, design and development, product development, ESDM, trainings, skilling, all those things are provided with a state-of-art technology, because all these are run as a society, is not directly by the governments. And the investment and the infrastructure is a state-of-the-art, I can say. And recently we have started a scheme to establish extension centers under hub and spoke model. That is, a technology center will be the hub and the spokes will be spread throughout the state. So 4 such extension centers are being planned in Karnataka, maybe 1 in Bangalore, 1 in Tumkur, and maybe 2 in North Karnataka, likely to be in Belgaum and Hubli, which is yet to be finalized. So these are going to help, again, skilled to bring up skilled manpower, as well as to help product and process development. So apart from this, we have around 18 specific product and process development centers. I'm showing you some of their logos only, like tool rooms, then specialized hand tool rooms, then like fragrance flavor development center. Like that, many are there. And for even electronics, there is a separate one. For footwear, for glassware, ceramics, there are different institutes set up by Government of India. So this is in brief, what are the services and what are the schemes we operate. And after the pandemic, there has been a slowdown and many of the schemes are under revision. And we are only now tackling the problem. We are trying to solve the problems. We have opened a portal called as champions.gov.in. You can see the URL address. One is dcmsme.gov. This is our main portal where you get all the schemes as well as application online. And champions.gov.in, where you can register your complaint and it will be attended within 24 hours with the concerned agencies. We will be in touch with them. So there is another portal, mymsme.gov.in, where you can find all the scheme applications online. So if anything more you need, I think I'll be able to tell you. If you have any questions, you can ask me, or you can visit our office, and our email also is given. If you have any queries, you can email us. We'll be glad to assist you. Once again, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to address you. So thank you and all the best.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable lecture. In fact, it covered the entire the gamut of the MSME activities. I think our incubators and these all our budding entrepreneurs will be of much useful for the all of them. So I thank you on behalf of ICAR-IIHR, sir, but we'll take up one or two questions if anybody has got quick clarifications. Any of you have got any clarifications? Hello? Hello?
Yes, please.
So if not, I think we are at the end again, you can ask, there's no question, no problem. So we will move on to the next immediate lecture. So once again, we'll thank Dr. G.R.Akadas, the director, MSME Bangalore, for having accepted our invitation and taking up this useful lecture for all of our budding entrepreneurs. Thank you very much, sir, once again. So we'll move on to the next lecture, that is from Dr. Saravanan Raj, actually the director of Manage. So you will be talking on promoting horticulture startups, say opportunities from Manage Agri Startups ecosystem. So we welcome you, sir, Saravanan Raj, sir. So kindly cover the lecture in about 30 minutes. Thank you, sir. Hello. Saravanan Raj, sir. Hello. Hello. Dr. Saravanan Raj is around, no? Kindly unmute, sir. Kindly share your presentation, sir.
Yeah, thanks for unmuting, sir. You are asking to talk, but you are not allowing to unmute me.
Sorry. Now we got it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for unmuting, first of all, and all the organizers and all the participants. Very good afternoon to all of you. And I'll make my presentation maybe only 20 minutes or 25, very short, and because large number of speakers already spoke about agri startup ecosystem, I may not be going much about whole ecosystem, other things. I talk very straight for what is Manage we are doing like that. Manage, we have the center for we are promoting all type of startups, not only horticulture. Anyway, this webinar very specific to horticulture. I will talk about only how our incubation ecosystem works like that. Sir, PowerPoint is visible, is it not?
Yeah, visible, sir.
Yeah. Manage, we do large number of other things, training, policy advocacy, or consultancy, and the government of schemes we implement, and we conduct agribusiness management educational program. We do conduct research and other things. Apart from this, we have separate center for Manage, center for innovation and agripreneurship, and here we promote large number of agri startups. And any area, it is agriculture or including rural development, anybody comes with innovative idea, we try to support, mentor, and we train them. And any area, that's what you can see, large number of area, including horticulture, supply chain management, or information communication technologies, or anything, farmer service centers, anything which is useful for agriculture or rural development, including post-harvest technology, warehouse management, like that. All the areas we'll try to facilitate or mentor the innovators or startups. And we provide different type of services, like we provide the advisory services, we provide the networking with the technology institution like ICR institutes like IIHR and many other institutes we try to connect, because Manage is it is not the technology institute, it's a management institute for agricultural extension. That's why we work with large number of technology partners, and we provide continuous capacity building and business mentoring program we used to conduct. And also we try to link with the funding support, especially large number of our startups get the funding support from the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare RKOA Raptar project. And we used to conduct large number, regularly we conduct the training programs and we conduct large number of exhibitions, and we allow the visitors to come and interact with our startups, our incubation team. And we also do for consultancy trainings and other for the incubation ecosystem. Especially we run different type of programs, especially incubation program. It is a year round we are conducting, and also mentoring program, because across the country we have large number of agripreneurs trained by Manage, more than 75,000 of them across the country, and out of them there are at least 30,000 plus of them doing very good agribusiness across the country. For getting the support in the agribusiness and how to do, what is their experiences, we are offering something like Impulse program, mentoring these startups or agripreneurs or those who are willing to take up agripreneurship. For them we mentor, and also we'll provide the membership program. Anybody can join so that you can be part of our whole ecosystem, like training and other awareness programs. And also we conduct a regular agri startup accelerator program also. And these are regular, we conduct large number of programs to create the awareness and to get the better startups to incubated at Manage, like the we used to do. And another interesting thing is we conduct every Saturday at 11 to 1, regularly every Saturday. Already last 49 weeks we are conducting Saturday webinar series for the agri startup ecosystem. Anybody can participate, whether it is students or startups or agripreneurs like that. Many, they come and share their experiences. There are industry mentors, there are agri startups, like that. The variety of people, those who are supporting, those who are part of the agri startup ecosystem, they will be participating. This week also Saturday we'll be having the 50th webinar we are having. Every day there are 300 to 400 people, they will participate regularly across the country, and also globally they will participate. All these 49 webinars are available online. Somebody interested to understand about different type of startups and how the startups are making their journey, and different type of government support programs and different type of incubators, all the information, it is available. And we can see here all the 49 webinars. It is available online in our website, and anybody interested to listen, you can listen also. Otherwise also Saturdays you can join. I will talk about only this program very brief. We across the country, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare offering agri entrepreneurship innovation component. There is a Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. It is RKY Raptar, popularly called RKY Raptar. And this program run by across the country. There are 5 knowledge partners, Manage one of them for southern part of the country. And apart from Manage, there is Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, New Delhi, and National Institute for Agriculture Marketing, Rajasthan, and University of Agriculture Sciences, Dharwad, and Assam Agriculture University, Assam, like that. There are 5 knowledge partners, and there are 24 RKV Raptar incubation centers across the country. Every state has at least one center. Across the country there are these 5 plus there are 29 centers are available, and these all 29 centers supported by RKV Raptar of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Every year they conduct 2 programs. If anybody having any innovative idea, you can apply for it. Once you are applying for idea is very innovative, you may be selected for this mentoring program of 2 months. Once your idea and your startup is selected for mentoring, then you will get the stipend for 2 months. Every month 10,000 stipend, and they also get the 60 hours of classroom training. And once your ideas you will step up based on the interaction with the mentors and other startup ecosystem players, and you can get the grants up to 5 lakhs to ground, or you test or validate or develop the prototype. You can get up to 5 lakhs rupees grants. It is not the loan, it's a grants. You don't need to repay it. It is for those who are with innovative ideas. For them, it is not necessarily already they started the business. Those who are willing to start, but they have the innovative idea, they can apply for this program. If they are selected, they will get the mentoring support continuously, and also they will get the stipend for 2 months, and they will get at the end of, they may up to 5 lakhs, they are eligible to get the grants. Another program, already the startups are working. Already there are startups, just they started maybe with the business, they are having some business model. Then those type of startups already in the field, they can apply for startup agribusiness incubation program. And here also there is a across the country, we lost the applications or the state-wise archive of our incubation centers also they can apply. For example, knowledge partners like Manage across the country, we will get the application from across the country. Anybody can apply for here, but otherwise state specific, there are archive Raptar incubation centers in the almost every states. They can apply for there also. If somebody having startup already working in the field, it's a business model to scale it up, to take it up next level, their startup, they can apply for the startup agribusiness incubation program. Here also, once selected, the startup is innovative and unique, it is selected for this incubation program, then they will be given 2 months mentoring and training program. After 2 months of mentoring with industry experts and other leaders, and they will be eligible to get the 25 lakhs grants. And this also grants, they no need to pay to expand, giving the marketing and to scale up their own startups they can use for. These 2 type of programs across the country, all the 29 archive Raptar incubation centers are running. Here simply you need to apply, and if your idea is compared to others, your idea is very unique, they will select. Like across the country, last 2018 onwards, there are large number of people, sir. Few thousand people are applied, and already there are more than 500 plus people are funded, more than 36 crores they funded from the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. And these all the programs are mentoring and different technical sessions and one-on-one mentoring like that, different it happens. It is not really training program, it's a mentoring program based on the startup and what type of support they needed. Accordingly, the networking or facilitation or business support or IP facilitation like that, a different type of support will be provided. And we have large number of startups. These 2 programs are across the country. To apply, there is no criteria, age, education, or nothing. Anybody can apply for this program. Only criteria, they need to have some innovative idea for agripreneurship orientation program, or they need to have startup working for the 25 lakhs grants if they are applying. And these programs across the country is it is there, and anybody can apply for these 5 knowledge partners or the respective state level archive Raptar incubation centers. Few minutes, I will stop here. Any questions, I will take it up. Just I was talking about only one scheme, and any questions? Any participant, any questions on this? If you are unable to unmute, you can put in the chat box also. Any questions?
Kindly raise up
So,
your hand and ask questions, please.
So from a grant or funding perspective, do we need to have an idea, a concept, which needs to be put through a project plan or something, or a prototype?
Not necessarily. For example, that 5 lakh grants category, to develop the prototype, you can apply for it. Only you need to have the idea, that's enough. If you are having the prototype, it is well and good. But it is for idea itself, it suffices. What type of idea, why you are choosing that idea, how it is unique, how really it is useful for farming communities or other stakeholders in agricultural developmental ecosystem. Only that much. Not necessarily you need to have the prototype. Even for developing the prototype, you can apply for this scheme. That 5 lakh grants for the developing prototype also, it is possible. Developing prototype, testing or validation of things like that, you can do that. Yeah, thank you for interesting question. Any others? Anybody has any questions?
I think some of you have put in chat box also. Of course, definitely sir will reply, and also kindly give your contact details also, sir.
Yeah, somebody asked kindly, sir, the Saturday webinar website link. I will provide this one. And
good morning, sir.
yeah, good morning.
Sir, if you want to do some kind of export of spices, then how we can join this AOP? Is there a possibility for those kind of things?
No, regular agribusiness or export business, if it is any startup, means it's supposed to be something unique or innovative. Those type of ideas only it is eligible. Otherwise, you need to see APIDA, MSME, other players actually. Here, your idea should be very unique. Then only you will be eligible. Like regular doing agribusiness or regular export, if it is not very unique one, then you may not eligible for this. Even you are exporting with unique product you are making, you are exporting, then you may be eligible. Otherwise, regular type of agribusiness or export or those things, it won't qualify here. Something agri startup itself, something you need to have the unique or innovative.
Yes, sir, like processed spices, those kind of things.
No, that's whatever it may be. It is a regular. Is it not? Many are doing, is it not?
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other questions?
I think you can share your contact details also, sir, so that others will get the benefit.
I will say so. Yeah. Yeah, somebody asked some question. It is I am in strawberry production. I need preservation technology. Maybe IIHR may answer this question. As I already told, sir, you want to answer this question? Strawberry preservation technology. Somebody was asking.
Actually, that we will give in detail, sir. We can.
Okay. Anyway,
right.
Anyway, you can get detail.
Yeah.
I will. Okay, if there is no much questions or clarification, I will complete a few more slides. There are agriculture also, horticulture also, we have large number of startups, and starting from some of our startup like Green Morning, it is something do with the landscaping and translocating the plants and treating them like that. We have horticulture based and something like artificial intelligence based some pest disease prediction models, and something like social media like application, whether agriculture, horticulture, taking
me,
all this.
your voice is very low.
Okay.
Anyway, it's audible,
So
sir. Don't worry. Yeah.
Voice is it's okay. No, I kept full actually. Okay. Maybe kindly check in your own system so that it will be fine. Voice is fine only now, sir.
Yeah, it is fine, sir. Carry on.
Yes, sir. Okay. And apart from that, something like putting the machine learning or traceability, all things. It, for example, cultivate, there is a startup, whether agriculture, horticulture, crop, complete value chain approach it provides, like starting from selection of the crop or inputs for the better farming and advisory services, and taking that produce and that produce reaching to consumers up to the traceability like that. All different type of services they will provide, like the cultivate, somebody like organic inputs related. Some of our startups, it comes in something like irrigation, the area of irrigation, something automatic water, IoT based water scheduling or water budgeting they will do based on the soil characteristics, whether agriculture or horticulture related also we can do. And along with mobile application and IoT applications are there. And similarly in dry land horticulture crops, always the three times maybe critical irrigation. For that there is agri rain like that to source the water, community water, and to provide the rain to rain-fed crops, whether horticulture or agriculture crops like that. Some startups, some of the startups are doing machineries related, something. It's a Karnataka based startup we incubated and support from ICAR-IIHR, something solar operated sprayers and hydroponics units like that we have. And apart from that, something like value chain management related startups in horticulture area. Apart from that, farmer producer organizations, some of our startups are working and they are making the better network. They are facilitating farmer producer organization to support. And we have some IoT based startup working in the Maharashtra for IoT based grape farming. They are trying to work to overcome the soil salinization problem, like Drew Farm technology like that. There is a startup, it works with the IoT based technology in the grape among the grape farmers. It is the idea stage one. They are developing the prototype of IoT based device with storage sensor or other things they are doing it. Something like drone based startup also we incubated. They work in the horticulture and agriculture crops, diagnostics or spraying, diagnostic and other activities they are putting it. Like the drone based some startups we used to have. And something like medicinal and aromatic plants, we are doing something social enterprises like that in dryland areas, taking the farmers and farming as service model, taking from advisory to supporting the farmers, demonstrating, and even developing the product and exporting, like that complete value chain they will provide for the large number of farmers in aromatic plants and essential oils they are taking, and they are exporting to the other countries. Like there's some startup we used to have. And apart from that, along with agriculture input and advisory service and combination of all the models, there are Kisan Agri model, like that there is a startup taking the better input to the farmers along with the better advisory, like that they are providing farming as a service. Like that we have large number of startups, something like City Greens. This is a Bangalore based startup incubated at Manage, and you may be aware, and they will provide the vertical farm solutions they are providing. You can see these type of startups, and like this we have large number of 300 startups we are there. We incubated in agriculture and horticulture and livestock and fishery sector. Large number of startups are available. These all information available already. This information you can go through this website. If you go to startups, and it will takes the startups page. When you are going to startup page, individual startups where their own websites and their own social media contacts, other things are given. You can get the more information. And somebody asked Saturday webinar series also, you can get the, suppose if you are going, you can get here, there is a recent updates, other things, and webinar series, all the webinars also available. And this website gives entire information about our startup ecosystem. And also you can go for our Manage CAA Facebook or YouTube pages, Facebook page or Twitter or Instagram. Continuously we update with activities. Currently there is we are calling the application for the idea stage and also startup incubation program. Those who are already with the startups, those who are working, you can apply for this 5 lakhs, 25 lakh category also. And all our startups, if you go for startup page, it will be available, and we can get all the information and connection from these startups. Those who are few earlier cohorts, all startups are available. It is not only for agriculture, and including millet and IoT, artificial intelligence related, all the information available. Somebody can reach and you can get back to us also. And with this, I will stop, and any question means I will take it up. My contact details you can find in Manage website, other things. And email you can use saravanan.raj@manage.gov, and we'll be available. And if any questions means we will take it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful lecture. In fact, it is very useful for all of our budding entrepreneurs. I hope the details of your contact will be very much useful for all of us. So if any of you have any questions at this stage also, you can ask, sir.
Somebody asked what is the eligibility criteria. I told this RKY Raptar program, there is no separate eligibility criteria. Only our idea is the eligibility criteria, including farmer and scientist or entrepreneur. Anybody can apply. There is a no problem of age, education, anything. Anybody, senior, junior, youth, student, anybody can apply. There is no criteria. Only criteria, your idea. You need to apply some idea. If it is selected, you will be in for this program for mentoring, and also grant support, grant in aid support also will be there. It's a grant, so you don't need to repay, but we'll fix the milestones and you need to ensure those milestones. And if any other questions also you can ask, otherwise you can get back to us, and you can note my email ID, saravanan.raj@manage.gov.in. You can keep in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, once again. So now we'll move on to the next lecture, that is on the government support for Horti startups. We take the specific example of Karnataka. So Dr. Chandrakumar, actually the Assistant Director of CAPAC, Government of Karnataka, will be sharing this lecture. So we welcome you, sir, on behalf of ICAR-IIHR. So kindly.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to all the participants.
Kindly share your PPT, sir.
Maybe 1 or 2 minutes, sir. We'll start sharing, sir. Just 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, it's visible, sir.
It's visible, sir? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll check whether I can cover the entire screen.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
And all of you can able to see and hear my voice?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. I will start with the scheme. As an outcome of this COVID, Government of India has brought out this Atmanirbhar Abhiyan all of you know, maybe very well aware of it. So there are several schemes under this. Out of these, there are 2 schemes pertaining to value addition, food processing, something related to agriculture, or something related to the field of food. So those are the 2 schemes. Out of this, CAPEC, it's a state agency, state level Agri Export Promotion Corporation. So we are handling this PMFME, the name called Prime Minister Formulation of Food Processing Industries. It's a wonderful scheme, as we have seen several schemes in the Department of Agriculture from several years. So this has got an end-to-end solution, right from production till marketing. This scheme has got the components. This scheme has got the, really, it's a very good scheme, especially for the micro entrepreneurs, especially for the startups they want to take up in a small way. It's a wonderful scheme. You can make use of the scheme. I'll go one by one. So now viewing at the overall view of the what status this micro food processing industries is there. So even though it employs 74% employment, one third of the women are there in the women only. The credit facility extended to it is very meager. You can see only 3%. So banks are looking only for the bigger industries. So they were totally grossly ignored the smaller industries. So even though it employs 74% of the employment, the credit going to that is only 3%. No, it is mostly it's of family. It is 80% of it is only family-based industry, and investment technology support is not much there. Especially they are doing with some primitive in the technologies. They themselves are doing without the help of any professional technical organization. And also, most of them are informal. They are unregistered without any registration. They are somehow running this business. So, but even though their contribution is significant, they are in their shape is they are in a very bad shape. Just going by the definition of what is micro food processing industries, so those are the industries which their investment is less than 1 crore, the turnover of less than 5 crores is termed as a micro food processing industries. So what they are actually facing means really they lack innovation and access to modern technology. So they do not have any specific branding or marketing. So they have got some capital deficiencies to upgrade their business. Also, the quality is also not up to the mark, because now you all of you know that that FSSI is there. There are so many quality parameters, so they are not coming up to that level. So these are all the challenges being faced by these micro unorganized entrepreneurs. We have to support them. To support them only, this scheme has come up. So these are all the aims of these schemes, just to improve their competitiveness. They cannot compete with the bigger corporate companies. So with the help of government support, hand-holding support, we have to help them to increase their competitiveness. Second one is to help out the farmers, producer organization, self-help groups and producer organization. This is the main objective aim of the scheme. And we have got, related to this, we have got several objectives like giving the credit subsidy, credit linked support, integration with the organized supply chain, to integrate, to make them to interact with some of the corporate food chains, increase their access to common services, because they cannot, on their own, they cannot go for any laboratory checking or storage. So under this scheme, there's a provision to go for someone to go for some common incubation centers or common services, so that all of them can make use of it. And also strengthening of institution like R&D institution through incubation centers. So these are all some of the aims and objectives under the scheme. Coming to one of the highlight of the scheme is ODOP. I think all of you must have heard it. So they are based on the commercial potential of the produce of the district. We have identified the district. So we have to promote the district for that particular product. Each district has its own innovative product, innovative crop grown in a larger area, or whether it has got larger commercial value. Such products are being identified as ODOP. So these products have already been identified throughout India. So now they are promoting in this industry. The thing is, and as a ODOP, I will give the list of ODOPs in the coming slides. So both existing units, no units can take the benefit of this ODOP. And also coming to the common infrastructure, they want to go for the godown, cold storages or laboratory. So under ODOP only, these things are available, and common facilities are available under ODOP only. So these are all, it gives the overall glimpse, pictures of ODOP of Karnataka state. So coming to each and every district, you can see the district wise we have identified. This has been identified with the district level committee under the chairmanship of deputy commissioners. For example, for Bagalkote, Jagari, and Bengaluru rural, it's a poultry product. There are so many poultry units are there in Bengaluru rural. So we have kept poultry products. In Bengaluru urban, it is a bakery unit, bakery product. Like the same way, we have identified the ODOP for different districts. Like South Canara, since it's a coastal belt, we have identified marine products as a ODOP. Davangere, it's a millets, because it's a millet belt. Central Karnataka is a millet belt, so that we have identified. Similarly, in Dharwad, it's a mango. Haveri mango, like that we have identified. Chikmagalur is spices. Chamarajanagar, turmeric is grown in a substantial area, identified as turmeric. The similar way, we have gone for so many products. In Kodagu, you know that Kodagu is known for coffee. We have gone for coffee. Kolar is a tomato. In the similar fashion, we have identified ODOP for different districts. Coming to how the architecture is at the Government of India level, this is the architecture. You can see the interministerial committee is the highest committee for any proposal to be cleared from the. No, don't worry about this, the bigger instruction, because these are all the approval committee. Coming to our structure, you come to our structure. We have created certain things, structure in the structure to implement this scheme. One is SLAC, State Level Approval Committee, under the chairmanship of Additional Chief Secretary and Development Commissioner. So another committee is it's a district level committee under the chairmanship of Deputy Commissioner. Most of the individual applications will be scrutinized and cleared at the district level itself. It can go to the bank at the district level itself. Only those of the projects which draws higher amount, more than 10 lakhs, those only come to the state level. Otherwise, all other will be cleared at the district level itself. And luckily, we have got, of course, we have got very good technical institution like IIHR and CFTRI. For us, because since IIHR looks after only fruits and vegetables, we have selected CFTRI as a technical institution for this scheme. So nodal department is Agriculture Department, and the state nodal officer is Additional Chief Secretary Development Commissioner. It's a state nodal officer. So this is very important. Coming to the scheme components, it has got 4 components, 4-5 components. Coming to the individual enterprise, most of it can make use of this component. It's a credit linked capital subsidy of 35%, maximum of 10 lakhs, up to 10 lakhs, you can avail the bank linked subsidy. So here beneficiary contribution, he has to make at least minimum of 10%. For example, if it avails, if his total project cost is 10 lakhs, he has to spend at least 10%, 1 lakh, like that. So subsidy you will going to get is 3.5 lakhs. In the same way, for FPOs, SHGs, this scheme also there for FPOs, SHGs. For them also it is 35%, but the project cost cannot go, can go beyond 10 lakhs also. Their project total project cost can be 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs. So subsidy amount will go beyond 10 lakhs also for FPOs and SHGs. Whereas for individuals, it is capped up to 10 lakhs only. So common infrastructure, here also anybody can come forward and have the common infrastructure. The thing is, he has to rent it out for the common infrastructure, even though the extent of benefit is 35%, but he can go beyond that 10 lakh subsidy. Even he can construct common infrastructure for 1 crore, 2 crores. So where he will, if he goes for common infrastructure of 1 crore, so 35%, 35 lakhs, he will going to get it. Another component of the scheme is seed capital. These are all for small SHG women, those who are doing in a very small way, like pickle making, papat making at their home itself. For them, the scheme is providing up to 40,000 seed capital at a subsidized rate of interest at the rate of 6%. So these are all the components under the scheme. Coming to the eligible, what are the eligibility for the individual enterprise? Basically, it should be unorganized. For unorganized thing, organized thing, it will not cater to the needs. It should be an unorganized thing. It may be existing one, or it may be new one also. At least it should be unincorporated and minimum of 10 workers. If there is more than 10 workers, so they will become ineligible. Only 10 workers should be there. And the application should have the ownership of that particular unit, either ownership or partnership. So coming to the other things they should possess is, they should have minimum of 18 years of age. At least they should have passed age standard. The cost of the land, we are not considering the cost of the land, only the cost of the working shed, lease or rent will be considered in the scheme. Coming to the group category, if there are some FPOs, SHGs, for them, these are all the things, the preference will be given to the ODOP products. And the same way, they should have at least turnover of 1 crore turnover they must be having. And beneficiary contribution should be 10%. The project cost should not exceed the turnover of that company. So these are all some of the conditions. And also the FPO member should have some experience in food processing aspects. Similarly, SHG also support. I have already mentioned that this scheme has got some benefit for the SHG members also, those who are doing in a very small way. So it can cater to the needs. That is one. That is for the SHG members. Other way, if the SHG themselves as a whole entity, if they apply, they can also get the benefit of 35% like others. So common infrastructure I have already covered. So what are the common infrastructure? So beneficiary, the FPOs can avail the benefit. SHG, cooperatives or any other government agency can apply for this common infrastructure. So here also credit linked grant would be available at 35%. So type of common infrastructure you can imagine like premises for assaying of the agricultural produce, sorting, grading, warehouse, cold storage. So these are all the common infrastructure which they can construct. Common processing facility for processing of ODOP produce. Incubation centers on a air basis. So common infrastructure, they have to construct it and rent it out at a reasonable rate to the, might be the entrepreneurs or to the other entrepreneurs of the district. So this is how they have to apply under the scheme. So everything is online. From end to end, it is online. They need not have to give anything in hard copy. So individual entrepreneurs, they have to submit the application in the portal. The PMFE portal I have given there. So if you type PMFME, you will get it in the internet, in the website also. So they have to make the submission. So district resource persons, in each district, we have appointed 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 district resource persons. They are there to help you. You need not have to pay anything for them. So they will freely help you for the application submission. And they prepare the detailed project report for you. So once you submit the application, it will come to district resource persons. You will scrutinize it. And later after scrutinize, you will forward the application to the district level committee, where district level committee will see it, will approve it, and it will go to straight away go to the banks for sanction of loan. This is with respect to individual entrepreneurs. Coming to the groups, so again, the group has to prepare the application. Well, DRP will also going to help to submit the applications. Then it will come to district level, DRPs will help them. It will come to DRP. Then it will come to state nodal agency. In this case, state nodal agency is CAPEC is a state nodal agency. We will going to scrutinize it. Then we will forward the application to the banks. Up to 10 lakhs, we have got the powers. Even for the individual entrepreneurs, Deputy Commissioner at DC level has got the powers up to 10 lakhs. More than 10 lakhs, it will go to Government of India through us. For groups also, up to 10 lakhs, we can sanction within the committee, the committee of ACS and DC. More than 10 lakhs, we will forward the application to Government of India. Within no time, it will come clear. So this is the application flow under this scheme. Coming to branding and marketing. So this scheme, as I already told you, end to end from production to still marketing. So anybody come forward for branding and marketing, they can have some tie-up with the applicants of this scheme. So they can go for branding and marketing. So there's a support is bar for FPOs also there, SHGs, cooperatives. These people themselves, those who avail the loans, they themselves can form a SPV. They can avail the benefit for branding and marketing. Actually, for branding and marketing, only ODOP is only available. For example, for Tumkur, they can go for branding and marketing only for coconut. Like Bangalore, it is for bakery products. Like any other district for mango, Dharwad, they can go for branding and marketing with respect to mango only. So these are all the things for branding and marketing. So for what are the eligible items for support for branding and marketing? They are giving for development of common brands, brand name, registration of brand name, development of packaging design, product standardization, training, something related to branding and marketing, training related to branding and marketing, distribution types with the modern or large format detailed camps, quality control, quality consistency, and quality control and consistency. Like these are all the components which are covered under branding and marketing. So here we comes the roles, because there are the different stakeholders in this schemes. So different stakeholders have got their own role. Here the main role of DRPs, as I already told you, there are DRPs, 1 to 4 DRPs in each district. We can share even their email IDs also. You can approach them. They will help you how to prepare the detailed project report and how to apply on the portal. They themselves will get all the information and apply it. And in the first stage, once you get the loan from the banks, then they will also going to help in getting the FSSA registration, FSSA, Udyoga, other GST. For that also, they will going to support you. So you need not have to spend anything for them, because government will going to give them any support, because at the rate of 20,000 rupees per DRP, for every sanctioned loan we are provided to them. So that's why you need not have to give anything to them. They are them to help you only. So DLC, district level committee, this is mostly for the approval of this, whatever the applications comes applied in the portal. So lending banks, they have to sanction the loan and disperse the loan. So this is the loan, the main duty is to sanction the loans. So lending banks has to report to the sanctioned loan to the nodal bank. This is our process. So the main thing of the lending banks is they have to, either they can sanction the loan or they can reject the loan. If they are rejecting the loan, automatically it goes to second bank. In the portal, they have made a mechanism so that each beneficiary can give the 2 banks for loans. So one bank rejects, it automatically goes to second bank. If even second banks also rejects, automatically you can make a fresh application also. There's a provision for that. So nodal bank, you need not have to worry for that. So this subsidy amount, as I told you, 10 lakhs, up to 10 lakhs subsidy is giving. It will go to the mirror account of this beneficiary. So they maintain it for up to 3 years, they maintain it. Up to third year, it will be adjusted to the beneficiary account. So with respect to loan amount, they give entire amount as a loan to the beneficiary. For that loan amount, for subsidy amount, they need not have to charge any interest for that. So after 3 years, that will become yours and you can operate with that. So as we've seen, there are more rejections in the banks. These are all the common. They are insisting for mortgage of the property, even though they are not supposed to. These are, and this scheme is one more thing is, this is covered under CGTMS. So insisting for land conversion, this is most primary importance. So many farmers are being applied without conversion of the land. So when you're taking any commercial activity, land conversion is required. So you have to go with land conversion for this. So here, some of the banks are telling that area jurisdiction, this particular loan will not come to our area. So that's why they are rejecting. And of course, earlier they used to tell that there is no direction. Now we have intimated, we have made a lot of efforts. We have created a lot of awareness programs so that all the banks are now aware of this program. So coming to the convergence, what are the other benefits of this scheme? As I already told, apart from this capital subsidy of 10 lakhs up to 10 lakhs, or in case of more than 10 lakhs in case of FPO also. So this has got the interest subvention of 2%, 2 to 4%. So you can avail even if the bank lends you loan at the rate of 12%. So another 2% will be lessened if you are covered under this scheme. If you are lending at 10%, its interest rate, he has to pay only 8% interest rate like that. One more thing is up to 2 crores, this credit guarantee trust fund, under that they are covered up to 2 crores without any collateral. They can avail the benefit of the scheme. So this another component of the scheme is common incubation centers. So with the technical institution of the state, we are establishing common incubation centers. Of course, it is coming up in all districts. In the initial first stage, we have created this common infrastructure facilities in 12 districts. In 12 agriculture university, horticulture university, like that, we have created common incubation facilities. As a startup, you can definitely approach these common incubation facilities. You can avail the incubation lines. You can take up the trial run of these produce. You can take the laboratory facility. You can take all the benefit at a very nominal rate. That the purpose of this is to provide you at all these facilities at a very nominal rate. So as a training and capacity building, so training, with respect to training, anybody can avail the benefit under the training, even though you are a beneficiary or non-beneficiary, you can avail the training. So we have got 5 days training, 8 days training. So all experts from CFTRI, IIHR, like that, all the institution. So we are organizing training, beneficiary training. So without any spending any amount, you can get the training and also you can get the certificate. So other from that, even national institutions also coming forward to extend the training, like IFPT and NIFTIMs are coming forward. So this is another benefit under the scheme. So these are all the benefits available under this PMFME. As I already told you, there is one more scheme like Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. That also I will share shortly. Please be on the line. So this PMFME is for smaller people, for unorganized sector or smaller people, those who want to establish in a very small way, smaller units like micro entrepreneurs. But this Agriculture Infrastructure Fund is an excellent scheme. This is only for bigger units. So coming to the highlights of this scheme, Government of India has given much 1 lakh crores for implementation of this scheme. And here the important thing is 2 components of the scheme is interest subvention. So you can avail the loan up to 2 crores, 3 crores. You will avail the interest subvention. If you take the another special feature of the scheme is, so bank has to give any banks or financial institution, they have to give the loan for you at only 9%. They cannot go beyond 9%. So apart from that 9%, you are getting the interest subvention of 3%. So you are getting a very good amount of loan at only 6% only. This is a very good benefit under this scheme. So duration of this scheme is up to 7 years. You can get the credit, the interest subvention up to 7 years, including 2 years of moratorium period. So there are 24 commercial organizations, 40 corporate cooperative banks, and NABARD has come forward to give the benefit under this scheme. So as I told you, credit guarantee, Government of India is giving credit guarantee up to 2 crores. You need not to get mortgage your property for this scheme. So overall, the beneficiaries under the scheme, you can see the farmers can avail, the farmer groups, if it may be FPOs, SHGs, like joint liability groups, self-help groups you can avail. Like agri entrepreneurs, like you startups, you can also avail the benefit under the scheme. So large business houses can also get the benefit, like FMCG players, exporters, food processors can. Also, state government agency can also apply under this scheme. So what are the things which can avail right from farming till post-harvest? So previous scheme, PMFMA scheme is for processing. This is for primary processing, including from farming like not for production. It is for precision farming. So what are the things they can get? It is like input warehouse they can construct in the scheme, organic input unit, common hiring services, precision farming. These are all the schemes under various cups. This is only illustrative only. You can say any agriculture product, it is covered. Like coming to the post-harvest stages, construction of modern drying houses, micro warehouses, warehouse milling unit. Coming to the pulses, it can be dal mill, it can be a seed processing unit, it can be cold storage, like that. Coming to the chili, it can be a solar dryer, color sorter, cold storage. Similarly for banana, it can be a ripening unit, waste processing unit, primary collection centers. So these are all the benefits. These are the units under for which you can avail the loan, avail the benefits of the scheme. The list of primary processing I have enlisted. Of course, I have shared the PPT with the IHR also. They can share with you also, no issue. So these are all the list of primary processing activities for which you can avail the benefit of the scheme. Maybe fruits, just giving an example, fruits and vegetables. You can washing, cleaning, drying, sorting, grading. For this, you can get the benefit. At the same time, they have given the not eligible, ineligible things also. So dehydration, concentrated products, canning, like that, it is not available. So this scheme is primarily meant for primary processing. That's why they have not avoided this secondary processing things. Coming to the oil seeds, like cleaning, destoning, dehusking, like that, they are extending, and also for winnowing, oil extraction. But which are all not this bleaching, like that, they are not allowed on this scheme. Coming to spices, which are the crop which are interested. So cleaning, drying, again, this are right. But roasting, sterilization, thermal treatment, some higher things are not allowed. Similarly, for all crops we have enlisted, you can get this PPT of this presentation. Like jute, cashew, moringa, tea, rubber. So what are the eligible components under this scheme? You can watch this. And also you can see, similarly, you can see the ineligible things also. So one more thing with respect to this scheme is, you can, apart from this, the convergence is possible. You can get this scheme, benefit of this schemes apart from other schemes like substance for, if you are a beneficiary under this mission for integrated development of horticulture, you can also avail the benefit under the agriculture infrastructure fund. Like PMFME, you are getting some components under PMFME. At the same time, you can avail the benefits of this scheme. That means to say convergence is possible under this scheme. So there are so many state government and government of India schemes. So you can take the benefit of that scheme apart from the agriculture infrastructure scheme. That means to say the convergence is operated on this scheme. So these are some of the highlights of these two schemes. If you have any specific questions, you can ask. Now it is open for discussion.
Kindly ask the questions. I think some of you have put in the chat box, so that also can be answered by Mr. Chandrakumar.
Okay, chat box. Thanks, chat box. Sir, any questions in chat box? Okay.
Something like aids given by the government of Karnataka in aromatic crop cultivation and distillation.
So let them write to us, sir, because aromatic means it is not a food. Basically, PMFB scheme is meant for food processing, but they can avail under the agriculture infrastructure fund.
Okay. So definitely they can write to
us. We will get clarification from you. Basically, this scheme is for food products only.
I think you can share your email ID, sir, so that many can correspond with you.
Kepec1996@gmail.com.
Kindly spell it out.
Sir, one question. In case we are facing any difficulty with DRPs, like who is the escalation point? Like whom do we contact to resolve these kind of issues? Sir, in some instances, we will be facing some problem with banks not sanctioning for various reasons. Like few reasons you mentioned in your reject reasons. So yes. Who do we contact when such kind of issues we are facing as an entrepreneur?
Sir, we have got SPMU unit at head office also. They are continuously monitoring both beneficiaries as well as these banks. I can give you the number of one project leader of SPMU. You can definitely contact them. 1 minute. He is one Mr. Deepak Sinha. He is the head of this project management unit at Bangalore. His phone number is 7411 60 6155. I will repeat 7411 60 6155. I will repeat. He's a Deepak Sinha. He's a project leader. You can contact for anything with regard to banking. 7411 60 6155. Okay.
Okay,
I will
thank you.
like Kepec. Okay, there's some Kepec1996@gmail.com.
Anybody else? Hello. If any of you got any questions, you can put in chat box also.
Sir, rose oil extraction unit covered in on AF.
Hello.
The rose oil extraction unit can be covered under AF. Agriculture.
Rose oil extraction unit.
Please kindly mail to us because this is our new thing which has come up. You will get the clarification from MOFPA whether it is covered under the scheme or not. You kindly mail to us.
The mail ID.
Kepec, KAPPC, Kepec1996@gmail.com.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Kepec1996@gmail.com. You can mail to us.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions, please? So if not, we profusely thank Mr. Chandrakumar for giving the entire gamut of the government support for Horti startups and specifically. So if any of you have got some clarifications, you can write to the email ID given by the sir, and we will definitely be in touch with Dr. Chandrakumar for this particular venture. So thank you very much, sir, once again from IHR side. Okay. So and we'll be
Thank
very
you,
glad.
You can share those PPTs. You can share with them, sir.
Yeah. So many of them have asked. So those we will definitely share the required PPTs. Thank you very much, sir. Once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now we'll come to the last part of discussion and feedback. So if any of you have got any of the questions in any of the lectures given, so you can ask for specific details at this juncture. Any of you have got any doubts or any clarifications? Hope all of our resource persons are on the line. Hello. Anybody has got any doubt right from the beginning? Any clarifications or any details required? Of course, you can also put in the chat box. We'll share with the concerned expert. PPTs, of course, some people have asked. Actually, definitely we'll share with them. And in this connection, actually, we want to say that actually today's webinar is organized by our Agribusiness Incubation Center, which is a part of ICAR-Indian of Horticultural Research. So actually, this is established mainly our Agribusiness Incubation Center is mainly established to commercialize technologies of our IIHR, in particular at ICAR-IIHR, nurture these horticulture technologies based ventures and startups and RT business consultancy through the incubation. So now, actually, we have the objective also to commercialize institute technologies through the incubation, rendering support to horticulture production systems. We also want to develop enterprise and entrepreneurship in horticulture production systems. And we want to also have capacity building and imparting consultancy skill for horticulture crop-based enterprises. So we are providing on-site facilities for incubation to handhold initially for all those who actually register themselves and get the license for our ICAR-IIHR technologies, so that they can start up these ventures initially for about 6 months, and if required, we can extend for another 6 months and maximum of 2 years. So we also provide the marketing support through our ATIC, that is Agriculture Technology Information Center, and we have the window for marketing all of our facilities, so that we will provide the marketing support for production of upscaling of the technologies. We definitely help all the budding entrepreneurs. So we also provide office space and laboratory space, scientific services also. We will be in contact with the mentors. So the mentors will guide the budding entrepreneurs for all those aspects of the whichever the technology they are interested. And if the marketing linkages wherever possible, we are definitely will provide. And this provides an opportunity to participate with the regional, national, and other agriculture fairs also. Whenever we are holding, for example, you may be knowing IHR is actually organizing national horticulture fairs for the last 5 years continuously. So these kind of things, so we can definitely participate, and we will also provide a stall so that you can display your technologies and participate with other enterprising startups. So this is a good platform. IHR will definitely help you out, and we wish that so the knowledge and the awareness that you got today will be definitely useful for you in the days to come to enterprise yourself from the budding ideas to a great entrepreneur in the days to come. So with this, actually, we would like to conclude. If any of you have got any specific things to say, we welcome at this juncture also. Hello. Any of you want to say anything at this juncture? Of course, we'll share the PPT. Some of you have put in the chat box. If there is no other participant would like to speak, so we would like to wind up this program. I profusely thank all the participants for making this event a successful one by sharing your time as well as undergoing this particular webinar activity. And also thank profusely all the speakers, especially from say the Dr. C.K.Narayana sir, our principal scientist and head of the division of post-harvest technology, and who is also the CEO of the Best Art. Madam Sudha Mysore, actually, right, although she is very busy as a CEO of the Agro Innovate, she has spared her valuable time to be with us and shared her views on startup formation process, especially it is very much essential for a beginner. Then, of course, Dr. G.R.Akadas, actually the director of MSME, the support for giving a valuable lecture on supportive mechanism in India for hearty startups. And then Dr. Saravanan Raj sir for giving a lecture from Manage on promoting horticulture startups. So his lecture was also quite useful for all of you. And of course, finally, Dr. Chandrakumar, the assistant director of CAPAC, for giving the many of the supports from horticulture startup side. So from the government of Karnataka side. In fact, all the valuable lectures, the PPTs will be with us, and any of you specifically interested, we'll send them to you. And this is a beginning, we can say we have a lot of activities like this. And any of you are specifically interested, actually, you can visit us, both the website also, as well as personally, you can come to IIHR, which is at Esarghatta, Bangalore, in the north side. And this is an opportunity. You have a lot of technologies in terms of seed and planting material. We have nearly about 131 vegetable cultivars, about 111 flower cultivars. We have 34 fruit cultivars, and we have 13 medicinal and aromatic cultivars. And we have several crop nutrition technologies. 10 crop nutrition technologies are already available. Many of the micronutrient specials are very good sources, and it has already made a good dent in the public and the market side also. And we have 28 crop protection technologies, say, which are very good source for the protection of the crops in different crops, of course, about whether it's a fruit or a flower or a vegetable. And we have several post-harvest technologies, say the products preparation from the fruits and vegetables. So definitely including dry flower technology. We have several technologies from IHR, and we have also have several implements including mushroom, including vegetable vending. We have several farm machinery and materials which can implements and machineries which have a lot of say in the days to come. So all of you are welcome anytime to IIHR and take up the advantage of the existing technologies which are available at IIHR, and also undergo trainings which are regularly being held. You can also in touch with our IIHR website, also discuss with the concerned scientists and take the advantage of the situation. And finally, you can come up as a good entrepreneur. So that's our wish. Thank you one and all for being with us this morning. Thanks once again to all the participants and to all the lecturers and to all of my colleagues who have made it a point to support this event. Mr. Sarthak as well as Shivaganga, who was working with us in the BPD and ABA unit, and also Mr. Vinay, who is supporting our computer facility in this unit. Thank you one and all. We'll close this program. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.